What's up? What's up? This is Sakura A and Emilio Santana, and this is Boxing Playhouse's After Dark series. And boy, are we excited tonight because we got a special guest coming up in the junior welterweight territory. Are you excited, baby?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Well, I haven't said who it is yet, so we're gonna have to keep our fans in suspense just a little longer. Now, just for some quick news, we're gonna jump right in here, and we gotta call out what's going on. You heard about Keith Thurman?
I saw Keith Thurman on the podcast the other day talking.
Yeah, one time was like after that Brona beef again. He's saying like a lot of stuff. I mean, what you think is going on there? Do you think he really want to fight him?
I think Broner trying to stir up the pot a little bit. He was already in the news talking about Al Heyman need to give him $10 million. Broner's last fight was the loss to Pacquiao. I think he had a loss before that. So now he's trying to call out Keith, and I think Broner's trying to get some money. That's what I think going on. And he's trying to use Keith,
to get it.
Yeah, to get that money because he told Al Heyman he needs $10 million. So
I saw him make a statement the other day, and Espinoza from Showtime too. He told him that he needs $10 million so he can fight. But I mean, do you think a fight between Keith and Broner would be an exciting one, or do you think this is easy pickings for Thurman?
I think the build-up probably be more exciting. Just watching the two of them go at it.
Yeah.
And talking shit to each other. I think that's going to be more exciting than probably the fight. I think it'll be very exciting. Kind of almost like the Harrison Charlo build-up.
I knew you was going to say that, but they made it exciting in the ring too.
The fight lived up to the hype.
Yes, they backed it up.
I don't know if Broner, I know Keith gonna come to fight, but Broner, he's been gunshot in the last few fights, so I don't, he ain't throwing enough punches, so I don't think, I know Keith gonna come with it, but Broner might, I don't think he's gonna make it that exciting.
I think Keith might have more power than Broner is thinking while he's sitting up there running his mouth. He really ain't thinking about the consequences of them actions. But I think I would want to see that when I ain't opposed to it. I want to move on because I do want to, speaking of Tony Harrison, we want to send him some love tonight because he said it's still rough for him, especially at nights, losing his father and trainer. So shout out to Tony Harrison. We love you, man. Boxing Playhouse loves some Tony Harrison.
Him and his dad was just here, for the last
training
fight camp.
Yes.
His dad was there at the famous St. Pete Boxing Club with Thurman trains. They was here. Tony Harrison and his dad. So yeah, our prayers go out to Harrison. Rest in peace to his pops.
Definitely. We got Clarence on here tonight. What's up, Clarence? We see you.
Clarence said it looks good on paper.
Oh, okay. So you like this matchup between him and Thurman? Okay, I get it. I mean, I really do. He also said some things. He sent me some information. I was gonna tell you about that, where he's wanting a specific fight to happen, and I told him that it's gonna be some major excuses going on when it comes to that fight. If it were to happen, I don't think so. I mean, basically, it's the WBC president, and he's saying that he wants Canelo to face Charlo. Can you believe that?
I like to see that right there.
The WBC president is calling for that.
Hello, before we go too far, I want to read what Robert Cartagena.
Cartagena.
He said, whenever Adrian Broner fights, I always say it depends on which AB shows up to fight. If he's focused and determined, he will give Thurman trouble. But Broner lacks it all. Then Thurman will beat him. I agree with that. I totally agree. If Broner put it all together, man, and live up to his full potential and keep the outside distractions, man, and focus and come to fight, I believe he can. I believe he still can do some good things in the ring.
Well, let's see what our main man who's joining us tonight has got to say about this. Tonight we got Christopher. Well, you already know what I got. You know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't got our key words yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for our favorite guest to come out to do our code, our key word for the drinking game.
All right.
But right now I'm trying to introduce Chris.
Chris, all right.
Yes, from the Florida Boxing Commission. Also an excellent boxing aficionado. So let's get him on here tonight. Well, I said ref first. You weren't listening. You won't be listening to me, baby. What's going on?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Chris.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
As usual.
Before you start, Chris, I need to see what you drinking tonight, man.
I got my grapefruit juice right here, baby.
Grapefruit.
I love that.
What you got in that?
I'm at work, man.
Oh,
you got grapefruit juice in there. That's all right. It's gonna work for our game. Chris, what you think about Thurman and Broner? And Broner throwing all this shade at your man one time.
Well, as a fan, actually,
what's up with
that'd be a good fight. Actually, if you think about it, to open up boxing again with them two, just the conference trash talk would be worth the mission alone. And we'll bring the boxing as far as back. We're back. Broner gonna talk his junk. Thurman gonna talk his stuff. And if I was a betting man, I of course put my money on Thurman. But great, exciting.
Okay. And then what do you think about Canelo versus Charlo finally? Is it going to happen? Can it happen? Or will we continue to hear different excuses?
Well, when it comes to different promoters, and they're going to wait this out. I can't speak how I want to speak, but when it comes to business, when that gets involved, they may end up delaying this until somebody starts to slow down, and then be right for the pickings. But it'll be a great fight, man. It'll be a dangerous fight for Canelo.
Yeah, it's a dangerous fight, but I think Canelo probably will still come out on top on that one.
I concur, but you're not going to run through Charlo. I think Canelo obviously is the better boxer, but I think Charlo will most definitely be the bigger man in that fight. And like I said, it'll be very exciting. It's not going to distance, I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah, definitely not seeing it go to distance. The only thing I see is that we might finally have somebody in there with Canelo that could really test his chin and see exactly how good it is, other than when Triple G tests it.
Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation about that, the Triple G and Canelo fight. But I had Triple G winning the first fight, and I had Triple G and Canelo draw the second fight. But it is what it is. I wasn't there. I just saw it from the TV screen, so that's how I judged it, how I scored it.
Chris, before you came on, we was giving our condolences to Tony Harrison's dad. You know,
yes.
We was telling the people that they was right here in St. Pete at the last camp when Harrison was getting ready for Charlo. You know, him and his dad was right here at the St. Pete Boxing Club, and
shout out to the Harrison family. You know, of course, loss of any parent, especially the father, and that's devastating. I mean, I know exactly how that feels like, but just tell him to keep his head up.
Corona?
Say it again.
Was it from the coronavirus, right?
I'm not sure and everything, but I know he got sick, and like I said, it just went pretty quick. But I didn't know what he was ill for, but like I said, that's what I've heard. The rumors out that possibly COVID.
Yeah.
But,
I did say that it was COVID, you know, that it happened. I mean, it's a lot of African Americans being affected by COVID, and I'm not gonna get into the politics of why we're all like ready to jump out back on the streets all of a sudden. But you know, once that statistic hit that it was mostly affecting Black people, it seemed like even more of a lack of concern by our government. But I gotta say my piece because I'm support A. This is what I do. I'm not gonna stop now. Might as well not, right?
Well, yeah, don't stop. But whatever you do, just drop me off the corner on that bus stop. I can't go with you on that.
Shout out to
leave me alone.
Melissa McCullough. Hey, how you doing, Melissa? We love you guys too. We appreciate you.
Hey, Melissa.
Dale, what's up, Dale?
Dale is on the line too. What's up, Dale? Dale was on our heavyweight topic show last week.
Yeah, that's my man Dale.
Oh yeah.
You know what you're talking about.
Shannon on there, Chris.
Say it again.
We had Shannon Briggs on the other week.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good surprise.
Yeah.
Let's go, champ. That's all I heard. I'm going to bed at night. I'm sleeping. Let's go, champ.
Right.
Yep. Oh, he said, "Hey, Chris."
Dale said, "Hey, Chris."
What's happening?
What did he say? Say something else.
He said, "Hey, Chris, I'll say I hit you since."
I heard you from the host.
I'll say hi to you since I haven't heard from you.
Oh man.
From the host yet. Oh, okay.
Let's see. I think Sharon was on here.
Sharon. Oh yeah, I see Sharon.
Yeah, what's up, Sharon? Good to see you on. You're live, you're breathing, girl. What's going on?
Hey, Chris, I got a question.
What's up?
There's been a lot of talk going on, and I know the WWE is doing this right now, having matches without a live audience. How you feel about that?
Well, you have to have the audience. It's just me talking. Okay. It's very difficult to feel the energy from the fans. The fans will make the sports. Right. So whether it's WWE, and let's just say, here we go wrestling for a second, the spectacular move. The fans that one feed gives the energy to the fighter, gives to the wrestler, the performer. And to have a show, a boxing event with no fans is like a glorified sparring match. Either way, if I get the phone call, I will support it. I'll still give my 100% best. But it's not the same. You can trust me. Even though when I'm in the ring, I'm officiating, and if I'm in front of a big crowd, you feel that energy. You really do. It comes from the crowd. It's like you can feel the hairs on your arms, the goosebumps. But for me, it just make me focus more in that fan, that excitement, them cheering for that fighter. That fighter may need an extra pep to get him over that hump to keep going, keep moving forward. If no fans are there, and if he gets tired, he may spit his mouthpiece out and go home and give him my check. There's no incentive. So,
oh shoot!
I'm speaking from a fan standpoint.
What if they make a hologram out of the audience?
Still not the same, man. It's still not the same. It's just like me having $100 bill in my hand or $100 bill on a TV screen. I want to touch it. I want to feel it.
Right.
I want to spend it.
Right. It just won't be the same, man.
No, but at the same time too, these boxers, like anybody else, the people that are not working, I mean, my hearts go out to them and stuff. But if that's a way for them to make money, and to do it safely, without possibly exposing others to the virus, then whatever the state of Florida decides to do, I'm going to support it. Just make sure that everybody stays safe. Now, I was just thinking about, should I be walking around the ring with a mask on my face? He was
just saying that day. Yesterday. He was like, "Man, it's hard wearing a mask 8 hours a day while you at work."
Yes,
like,
yes, it is.
It gets to you.
If you're sitting down and calm is one thing, but when you're running around and trying to take care of this patient here and patient over here, it gets tiring because you're not getting your air.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not getting sufficient air.
Mm.
Even with a lot of press, that still won't feel right, huh, Chris? Like if they let a lot of press come in and watch the fight.
I don't know if the press is allowed to cheer though. I mean, that'd be too busy typing and
supposed to cheer, even though some people
security cheering.
Oh yeah, we better hear her.
Get out of character. I'm not your traditional media though, you know.
No, but you keep doing what you're doing. You creating your own lane, so you keep doing what you're doing.
That's true. Okay, I can get with it.
That was a comment.
What did Sharon say, baby?
I wear masks my whole shift, and we work over 12 hours. Wow.
Dang. Oh, that's gotta be really exhausting.
See,
There it is.
I got my mask right now. See, this is my mask right here.
The real one, the real deal mask. Yeah.
I don't know about being real deal, but this is what I wear at work.
That's the one they gave you, or you made your own?
That's one they gave me.
Okay, I like that one. She says, I agree. You can feel energy in the presence of any person when you walk in the room. Definitely need fans, but have to make it safe. I agree with that. I think you got to have these fans, man. They underestimating the power and the importance of the fans. We're number one. Off tops. So, I mean, it can't be rain, but it can't go back. It can't be none at all either.
No, what you gonna do? You gonna have the fans sit 6 feet or 10 feet apart? I mean, that's not gonna work.
You probably only
everybody gonna crowd over.
You heard me, Chris?
What's up?
You probably only sell half of an arena if we gotta sit that far apart.
Well, some money is better than no money.
Right. I heard that.
Somebody said Robert Cartagena. He says, what was the name of the one boxer who walked out the ring right after the bell rang?
Oh my goodness.
The fight. I don't know his name, but I remember he was fighting FA.
The boxer was Curtis Harper. Was it Harper or somebody else answered it?
It might have been that.
Curtis Harper.
Yeah, I couldn't even hang with that. I wasn't trying to know his name after he pulled that, because he could have said, I'm not doing it.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, it was a jobber. Yes.
He walked out on the job.
Yes.
And that was funny to me.
And I think what's his name was training him.
Nate Campbell.
Nate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Training him.
Oh, Nate was?
Yeah, he was training him.
Yes.
Walked out.
Oh my gosh. Damn, Nate. Nate, dog.
Nate told me that. I was like, what?
Come on, Nate. What happened?
You see him on the film when you look at it. You see Nate looking disgusted.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we got somebody from YouTube. Shout out to our YouTube followers tonight. We appreciate every last one of you guys. Please make sure you subscribe to our actual channel as well. Right. Okay, what is that, Joanna?
Mitchell.
Joanna. Okay, Joanna. What's up?
So Joanna said, what will this new way mean for sports? Do you think we will see a loss in athletes due to economic changes? No monetary support?
Well, it depends on whether or not the fan base is willing to actually pay for the pay-per-views for even local cards or not. Because if you can't be there in the flesh, then maybe you pay that same $40 for a ticket to actually see it on a closed circuit or a pay-per-view type situation. If they don't, then we're going to probably see a whole lot less local cards, because only the big dogs, the huge promoters, are going to be able to foot the bill for all the overhead and then, get their money on the back end, basically.
Right.
Chris, what you think? Or are you allowed?
Well, I have a solution. I don't think it'd be a great solution, but if the people that have the overhead money with no fans, you can do what sometimes WWE does. They basically do sounds. They have speakers in the arena, so where they shoot the sounds of fans to make it louder than it really is. And they have a microphone also underneath the ring. So while you're doing the production, even though there's no fans in the stands, if you could time it right, so that way fans at home can sort of feel like it's real. I mean, it's real, but it's not the same. Maybe you could do it that way.
That was awful. I didn't like that at all. And the little fake, cutout fans they had in the arena. Oh, Lord.
They got to wear shooting. Hey, Chris, I heard they got to wear shooting too. Like if it ain't a full house, they know how to shoot in a certain angle where you don't see the empty seats.
Oh, they turn the lights down low.
Yeah.
So you can't see in the back, yeah.
Oh wow, okay. I got William Hunter. That's our Right Hook Promotions.
Right Hook, William, what's up,
That's
William?
the Hunter. Okay. He says working on a Fight Pass event where when the crowd is allowed. Dana is about to cut loose and go back to back to back in Florida. Hell, I would do a show if the venue would give a break for not having a crowd, but no luck. So far he haven't found a venue that's willing to cut the venue price down since they can't have a crowd. They still, I guess they still want they still want their coins.
Chris, I'm like fiending because you know what next week is. Next week is like Cinco de Mayo in Vegas.
Yeah.
We normally be in Vegas next week, man. We be getting ready for fight week. It don't feel right.
No.
We supposed to be in
I'm supposed to be in Vegas leaving Monday, man.
Yes, this supposed to be like that. That's just, I mean, that just takes the cake for me. That the fact that we supposed to be in Vegas this week, Cinco de Mayo, that's our getaway week every year.
Canelo was gonna fight on Cinco de Mayo, wasn't he?
They was trying to make that Saunders
fight. Right?
Yeah, Canelo and Saunders.
Well, Saunders got his ass in a world of trouble now anyway, so maybe that was for the best that he skipped that. But I do still want to see them fight.
I want to see what we got a comment from Daniel. What's up, Daniel? Daniel Munez. Daniel says fights need to happen with or without fans in the stands. Boxing is the highest potential right now after this break from COVID. The industry needs to bring back great fights with or without spectators. It's a money game that shows knowledge, but money can't take the heart of the sport by not giving the fans fights.
Okay. Well,
Daniel want to see some.
I mean, Daniel, you know,
action.
You want to see that action, but I think you might, you might get what you want, and then be like, damn, that ain't what I need. You think it's gonna be your fix, but I'm thinking like it might not be your fix. I mean, personally, the first one out of the gate that figures out the formula to be able to do it without fans right now is gonna potentially see the most payback. But if they put on a sorry matchup and don't have good, like great matchups, you're not gonna garner that type of pay-per-view numbers that you really want. So it's gonna be like a real tricky situation to figure out that formula, because if you don't have two opponents and they both are kind of like A and A minus fighters, you might not get that type of return you really want in these fights if you're a promoter.
Chris, how that works on a smaller local level? Like, how do the smaller promoters get back into? Because I know some of the bigger names you can sell on TV or whatever, but how do the smaller guys that's trying to get back into it, with the crowd situation, how do these guys get back into the game and make some money?
Well, I think right now they only want to do, according to, if that's also on Fight News, that they want to open up to the televised events, not the local events, during this particular time. But once they start to gradually open the gates, they'll do what they always normally do. They'll find a venue, get in contact with Tim or Patrick, give them some names and cards for the boxers going to fight. Hopefully they match up well, and then go from there. But as of right now, like I said, according to Fight News, I didn't speak to Tim about this yet, but from the press release that came out, only televised events for at this point.
Wow, so you got to get some TV if you're a local promoter, because they're not going to even bother with you. But you know what? I saw when ESPN had last weekend the repeats of all the Pacquiao fights, really. Bob Arum was on, and at some point they asked him about returning, and he said that the real key, based on what he had talked to boxing commissions in California, Vegas, Nevada, and Texas, what they wanted was for boxers everybody to be tested, including the commentators. including any media that might show up. So how do you do that on a budget? Like, how do you do that if you're not a big player and promoter? I don't know how, who has the budget for that, unless everybody is going to be required to get the testing done on their own in order to be able to participate. That's the only way I can see that the promoter is not going to be the onus of that. And we also have Sharon that says the WWE was deemed an essential business. Okay, I don't know how much they paid on Governor DeSantis's next campaign to get that damn status. Damn, that was a coup. If ever there was a coup to make them supposedly essential staffing. But anyway, she's like, maybe boxing can team up with WWE in some type of way. I mean, technically, business-wise, it makes sense. But for boxing, they're not going to ever want to be connected with WWE, I don't think, because they're known to have, scripted wrestling. So nobody wants to be lumped in with WWE and, for that reason. But let's see what else we got. We got Clarence here. Clarence McLean. What does he say? He's talking about Broner and Thurman again.
Oh, he said Broner versus Thurman is a good fight. They don't need a crowd. Take it in the parking lot.
You're tripping. Ooh, this Clarence is funny, boy. How you gonna take it to the
street?
Yeah, he wanna make this damn, a St. Pete classic. Okay, we got Maitland Cooper. Shout out to my girl Maitland. Yeah, she's in North Carolina.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
Make the ring into a drive-through theater. What you think about that, Chris?
Okay, everybody outside, and then you get the movie theater.
I'm all for that.
Cars. All right, old school.
Old drive-through. I like that.
Actually, that's how the bare knuckles people probably used to do it back in Mississippi. They probably used to drive up and watch on the screen and stuff like that too. Okay, we got Will Hunter. Will Hunter says, let's see, where's Will? It damn sure is a money game. For large non-pay-per-view shows, the crowd is about 60% of the revenue. The club shows is 100%. Even with TV and 45,000 from TV, it's still a loss without a crowd. So basically, my promoter friend Will Hunter, basically he's saying, even with TV, you still got a difference to make up, and you are going to be expecting to have a loss in revenue. So, it's a numbers game. Okay, so now what we were going to talk about in our topic today, guys, our main topic today is the junior welterweight division. Now, for starters, I wanted to say to both of you, I love this division because right now that's one of the divisions like the super welterweight division where we got top fighters actually fighting each other. I mean, they are actually, you got Ramirez versus Hooker. You had the Super World Series where you had a Prograis versus Josh Taylor. Now, who would be calling me at this time of the night? Let's see what's going on here. Houston, Texas. Hello, how can I help you? Hey, how you doing, Regis?
Oh, it's Regis.
Regis. You were supposed to use the link that you were sent to sign on, because it's visuals. Oh, well, I'm gonna send you the link right now, okay? Give the what you're gonna do is give permission for audio and sound and your camera in order to join us on the podcast. No, it's not Zoom. It's Yard Stream. So Stream Yard. So I'm gonna send you the link and you just click on it and then it's gonna allow you to join us. Thank you. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. Guess what? Our special guest just called in. I'm going to give him this link, Chris, so he can join up with us right quick.
All right.
And that is Regis Prograis, baby. Oops, I accidentally called him instead of texting him. Okay, so let me put this on here.
Speaking about the junior welterweights, man, that used to be one of my favorite divisions back in the 80s, Chris, when Aaron Pryor was fighting.
Yeah, that was my favorite one for junior welterweight. Where what time is it? It's Hawk time.
Yeah, man. Aaron Pryor.
You no joke.
You know, they have him on the list for a trainer belt. I think that it's going to be a WBC trainer belt that's coming out.
A trainer belt?
Yeah, they have him and his son on there, like trainer, a father and son team.
What?
Yeah, I saw it earlier today. I was like, wow.
Another belt?
Ooh, the shade of it all. The shade.
Too many belts, huh, Chris?
I can't keep count.
It's too many belts.
How is it too many belts? For trainers? There's no belts for trainers right now. And they definitely deserve their own category to me.
Sanctioning fee?
Right now, all you get is trainer of the year. Well, yeah, I'm sure there's some money some type of way involved. I don't know how, but I mean, I'm sure they're going to work it out where you want to keep that title. You know, you're going to have to come off some coins, or maybe it's just honorary. You know, maybe Tony Harrison's dad, Coach Salon will get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you never know. Guerrera. Guerrera, all of them. Maybe all of them get it. You think?
Maitland Cooper said, "Make the ring into a drive-through theater."
You said that one already.
No, she came back.
Oh, she came on again with it? No, I guess I got it. Oh, I see Mark Anthony is in the house. What he got to say to me? Talk to me.
Oh, Mark said, "Security, you know you're speaking to one of the best local referees in Florida. The man has ref MARJ fights, and I must say he is one of the best or the best ref." You heard that?
I appreciate that, Mr. Anthony. I really do. That means a lot.
Wow, that is so awesome. Oh my God, that is amazing.
I don't think I told you either, Chris. You're my favorite referee.
Oh, don't get us mixed up. Boxing PlayHouse will be outlawed. No, but no other refs will like us. Can't play that game. Okay, so here we go. We got two-time former world champion Regis Prograis. What's up? What's up, man?
What's up with it?
What's happening, man?
How you doing tonight?
Well, it's still daytime where I'm at, so yeah, we all right.
I'm
in LA.
Okay, we are an hour ahead.
I'm in LA, yeah. So yeah, we good. Just finished working out a little bit.
Wow.
You working out, but I heard that you got like a little late night, I don't know how you can say it, but I had that problem too, where I like late night snacks, like fries and like real food for late night.
Yeah. Usually, I do that too. After the gym, it'd be like a thing. We hit Taco Bell after the gym. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes we'll hit Taco Bell after the gym.
You get them chalupas.
Them chalupas.
I stopped eating meat, so I stopped eating meat for a little while. But usually I do like the little freeze and stuff like that, like some cinnamon twists. That's all. Not too much.
I think you like my brother from another mother, cause my dad is from Louisiana. He's from the Shreveport area. My grandmother's from New Orleans. And well, basically, I'm January 21st, and I think you're an Aquarius too, right?
The 24th, yeah, January 24th.
See that, baby? We got another January. He's January 13th.
Yeah, legends are born in January, Regis. Legends.
Huh?
I said legends are born in January.
I heard about that. I leave
Aquarius too.
I leave the 17th, January 17th.
That's right. Ali is the 17th.
Right.
Exactly.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Cuz the Model too. Cuz the Model and Muhammad Ali shared the same birthday. So
Wow.
talking about boxing royalty right there.
You got George Foreman, you got Roy Jones, Joe Frazier.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bernard Hopkins. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people, man.
All right, that's what's up.
He's the one-
Muhammad Ali. Did I say Muhammad Ali?
Well, he said Ali
Oh, okay.
on the
Ali.
17th.
Mhm.
So tell us what you've been up to in this quarantine period, Regis.
Going crazy a little bit. Yeah, like everybody, going a little crazy. I think. It's no time right now. You know, just going to sleep 4, 5 in the morning, waking up 12, 1 every day. Waking up, really not doing too much. The only thing I really look forward to doing is going to the gym at nighttime. That's it. I mean, I take some runs and stuff like the mountains and stuff behind my house. I go run in the mountains and all that type of stuff. But as far as like the day is concerned, it's really nothing to do. We've been, you know, you can play video games, playing Uno with the kids, doing homework with my son. But it's pretty much like it's nothing to do. We went to the beach. I'm out and you can go the beach in Ventura County out here. You can go. So we went to the beach what that was Sunday. And we probably go to like Santa Barbara, I think maybe like Saturday or Sunday or something like that.
Because
But
you live in Houston right now, right? So
no,
you.
I live in LA.
Oh, now you're in LA.
I live
Oh,
in LA right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I go to I might go to we went to the beach in like Ventura and stuff like that last week on Sunday.
damn. Okay, I heard the governor shut that down though.
No, they didn't. No, not even. So out here in LA County, yes.
LA County, yes.
LA County, yes, you will go to jail. But in Ventura County, right across the board in Ventura, you can go. It's wide open. So we was out there, yeah. We all went out there Sunday.
It gives you a different appreciation for God's land and see, right, everything that He's done when you've been stuck in so long, and then you go and just see that natural beauty.
Right. Yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, it's just man, we got to get out. Like people got to get out, man. We just been stuck in the house, not doing nothing. It's driving me crazy a little bit.
We got a comment from Jesus Escalera. He says, me and him travel the roads in the amateurs. Really nice guy, straight down the line. So proud of him, what he's doing in the pros. You know Tito Escalero, Regis? Jesus Escalera? Yeah, he's
talking about me.
proud of you, man.
Well, he's proud of you. He's from right here around in Florida.
I want to ask you,
Hold on. We can't hardly hear you a little bit. Can you turn your volume up a little bit, Regis?
It's up to the top. Y'all can hear me now?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I hear you. Regis, how old was you when you got started in boxing, and who's your favorite fighter?
Starting off, my favorite fighter, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
My favorite fighter, Tyson and Durant, my two favorite fighters, and then you got like Pernell Whitaker, and at the top of the list, of course, I won't say my favorite fighter, but of like the god of boxing is Muhammad Ali, of course. Yeah, so that's like, and then you got Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, I'm a student of the game, so I can name people forever, you know. But Mike, let's say Mike Tyson, and Durant. That's my two.
Durant, he's my favorite. Yeah, he's one of my favorite. Durant.
Yeah, Durant, Tyson, and Pernell Whitaker. My top.
How old were you when you started?
I started when I was like 16, 17. You know, I started at 16 when I was in New Orleans, but then, you know, everybody know Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, and then after that, I moved to Houston. Then I was 17 when I really, really started. So, yeah, 16, 17.
I want to know how much you made off your first fight. Do you remember
how much? I made $600. I know exactly how much I made. I was supposed to make $1,000, but I actually made $600. I made $600. $600. And then after that, my second pro fight, I made $50. My third pro fight, I think I made like $750. My fourth pro fight, I made $0. Nothing.
Wow.
Zero. My fourth pro fight. My fifth one.
How they get away with that? No.
That's how it is. My first 10 fights, like 3 or 4 of those fights, I made $0. Like nothing. Just fought for free. Like the amateurs.
We got William Hunter here from Right Hook Boxing. That's my man right there, the Hunter, I call him.
Will Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Of course, I know him too. I know William.
Yes, that's my buddy right there. He be knowing how to cook too, man. He be cooking up something different, all kinds of different stuff. It's a trip.
Will said, he said, did you spear fish lately?
I went to the thing. I went out there on Sunday. I went to Ventura Sunday. I got no water with the spear gun, but I ain't catching anything.
Wow.
I think he was at a fight here in the Tampa area at the JCC about 2 years ago. One of the Right Hook Promotions fights. So I think that's why.
Tampa, was it? You talking about when Pete Thurman was there, right?
Yes.
And Nate Campbell. Yeah, of course, I was there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I first saw you at.
Yeah, we was out there.
Chris, you got a question for Prograis?
Sure. When are you gonna get back in the ring so you can unify these titles, man? Because the last fight and everything with Josh Taylor could have went either way, did not, but it's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, when you see you back in action again, champ?
No telling, bro. No telling. You know, like the whole world is stuck right now. So
yeah.
I mean, you know, hopefully, I don't know, bro. The main thing, I'm staying ready. I'm staying in shape. I actually sparred last night, so it's no telling right now. What I talked to my manager just a little before I got on the phone with y'all, and he said, you know, just the main thing is to be ready. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hopefully, you know what? Dana White is doing a show in Florida, I think in like 2 weeks, a week or something like that. And I think after like the boxers, you know, the boxing promoters, they see what he's doing. Hopefully, you know, I think they'll like step up and they start doing the same thing, because Dana White is he's doing like an in studio type of fight thing. So I think that, you know, they're gonna probably try to do the same thing. But I'm thinking maybe late July or early August or something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But of course, we still don't know nothing yet.
Now, I did see where you were supposed to fight last month, correct, with Maurice Hooker.
I was supposed to fight this month. That was a few days ago. Matter of fact, it was like 2 weeks. It was I think it was April 17th. I was supposed to fight Maurice Hooker.
Yeah, and you had already got through some of your training camp at that point, right?
I was at week 3 of my training camp when my trainers left and went back to Houston. Mm-hmm.
And that hurts because you had to pay out money for those 3 weeks, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I lost a lot. Airbnbs and flights and all that type of stuff. Yeah, lost some money, but you know, it is what it is. You know, you can't do nothing about it.
That's the game, huh?
Regis, how you feel about fighting without an audience? I mean, is that all right with you?
If we gotta do it, we gotta do it. You know, it's all about adjusting and, you know, doing what you gotta do. Of course, the crowd is always better to fight in front. We train for that, to fight in front of a crowd. But if we gotta do it, you know, it is what it is. It just, I don't think I would say, I wouldn't say I wouldn't want to do it. I said wouldn't want to do it. I think it'd just be like a weird type of feeling, like sparring basically. But hey, you know, it's just about adjusting. That's what we gotta do.
Okay, we got a comment from Clarence, baby. Will you read this comment, please? Regis.
You know,
Regis Clarence says, "My wife likes you, man. You fight. No, you light skinned, dude."
Oh, tell her I say thank you. But I ain't messing with nobody's wife.
Wow. Oh, somebody got a question. Sharon got a question. You know, that is a good question. What is the general lifespan, career length for a boxer? So how long do you think, or how long do you feel like you want to be in the game at this point?
There's no telling. Right now I'm 31. But I haven't really had a hard fight. I mean, my last fight with Josh Taylor was probably like my hardest fight. I haven't got beat on or nothing like that yet. So for me, I feel like it's not about sometimes it's not about your age. It's about like how your body feels. Of course, I haven't had. I mean, I got 25 fights and like probably maybe one or two of them I had hard fights. You know, so I got a lot left inside of me. But of course, age always will catch up with you. I don't want to be I definitely don't want to be in my 40s fighting. You know, I definitely don't want be like that. So it's no telling right now. You know, I can't really say, but I don't see another 10 years. Maybe another 7, 8 years. Maybe it all depends. It all depends. No, I'm not. There's no telling right now.
Well, you know when you try to stop, you know what happens. You start getting that itch and you crave the fans and the
I
attention.
know, yeah. You crave the fans,
It's
and then you crave
amazing.
the money. Yeah, you crave the fans and the money. The money always draw you back, But
Right?
I don't know, man. I'm like a boxing historian. I read about a lot of fights, and I just don't. One of the things I don't want falling into the same things most of them fell in. Most of them fell into the same traps, financial wise, career wise, just like everything. I don't want to fall into the same traps. That's why I read and I study as much as I do, so I don't fall into those same traps. So, we'll see.
You can still talk.
Hey, Regis, you still interested in a fight with Broner?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah. I think that'll actually be a huge fight one day down the line between me and him. We can make in New Orleans, put in a Superdome. I think it'll sell. It'll definitely sell. Put in the arena or whatever, it'll sell out between me and him because we both come from like the same type of background. We both got the same type of people around us. It'll be interesting. It'll definitely be all the press conferences and all that stuff. That'll be very, very interesting. So I think and we both will make a whole lot of money. So for sure, yeah.
I think the build up would be exciting, man. You and him going at it.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. I think for sure, because he's a talker and I could be a talker. So yeah, I think so. I think that'll be it'll be one hell of a build up for a fight.
Oh man. You know what I was gonna say? I was actually gonna say that I've seen you fight a couple of times and I really like your aggressive style. But I do know that Josh Taylor fight was like a real rough one. I mean, that was like a nice fight for the fans and everything. Is that going to be the continued style that you have in upcoming fights, or do you think you're going to tailor it a little bit more to try to deal with a little a more craftier fighter like Josh was?
I mean, now the main thing I'm working on is getting better. Feet work, keep my hands up. One thing I did, and the thing is, I didn't even see the fight yet, right, between me and Josh Taylor, but I saw a picture, and the picture had me with my hands down and him with his hands up, and it just told that picture just, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and that picture just told a lot to me about myself. I never like to, keep my hands up and stuff because I feel like sometimes I do feel like I'm invincible in the ring. I can't get hurt. And that night I felt the same way. He hit me, and don't get me wrong, he was strong. He hit hard, but he never hurt me in the fight. Never at all hurt me in the fight. And I hit him and I hurt him. But now, it's about points now. I hit him. I hurt him a few times, but he hit me. He never hurt me in the fight. And that's why I always keep my hands down because I know I got a strong chin, strong legs, whatever I got, that I can take a punch basically. But now it's I learned it's like it's not about just like beating people up. It's about points and stuff like that too. So now we changing up and not changing up a little because the trains I'm working with, they don't want to change up my style because I got this. I was the world champion because of my style, my aggressive style.
Right.
I'm naturally a killer by instinct, so I'm not going to change that up, but I'm just going to add to my game. That's all.
Hey, Regis, who's your promoter right now?
I'm with Lou DeBella.
Bella.
William Hunter, he says, bet your house and your mama house on Rougarou. I know I am if he boot up. So basically he's saying put your money on Regis. That's right. Now
right.
I want to ask you about that Rougarou situation because you know what? That is our keyword for the night for our drinking game. Clean. What's up with Rougarou? I'm not, I didn't grow up. I grew up in North Carolina, so I didn't get the Rougarou story from from my dad or anything. So is that a mythical character that you made up, or it's a real mythological, what do you call them? Unidentified.
No, it's supposedly is true. Supposedly, now I never seen one, but supposedly it's a true thing, supposedly, and in Louisiana, that's like what they tell the kids, like it's the boogeyman and all that type of stuff in Louisiana. Instead of the boogeyman, it's the Ruger. The Ruger is gonna get you. You don't brush your teeth, you don't go to bed and stuff on time. The Ruger is gonna get you. But yeah, so I didn't make it up. It's like it's supposed to be real. So I don't know.
Well, it's real now because you like the boogeyman. You one of them. You that boogeyman in your division, and I had heard that you were saying that Bud Crawford moved up to 147 so he could also move up and make more money, but also avoid you.
I'm gonna do it later. Get out. I'm sorry, these kids.
That's the kids.
Is that true, Regis?
What happened? What happened? I said again.
Did Bud say, you think that Bud moved up, like one of his reasons for moving up to 147 was also so he could avoid you, seeing how you were coming up the ranks really fast and good?
As much as I would want to brag on myself and say yes, I wouldn't even say that. No, I wouldn't say that, bro. It was as much as I would want to say, yeah, Bud was scared of me and all that, I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't say that. I'll be real with you. When you conquer the division, when you got all the belts, what's left? You're not worried about what's behind you. You know what I'm saying? You're only worried about what's in front of you. Floyd said the same thing, So I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't even say that. He had beat Dongo. He won he was undisputed. He won all 4 belts. Once you get all 4 belts, it's like, all right, what is left? There's nothing left to do. I wouldn't, so I'll say the same thing. If I get all 4 belts in my division, I'm not gonna look I don't care who you could be 30-0 with 30 knockouts all in the first round. I'm not gonna be worried about you because I'm going on to bigger things, basically, So, I think that was the case.
All right.
Regis, I think a fight with you and Ramirez would be a hell of a fight.
Oh my God.
She's a big Ramirez fan.
I'm a big fan of his too, so that was just like I would like literally look. I don't think I could go and be a part of media that night. Just put it that way, because I would just like flip out. Like every time one of y'all would get a body shot on each other, I would probably just like, oh my God. Like it would be.
Don't come that night because I think I kick Ramirez's ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Come
that night. I think I really.
Why you trying to get me hype like this, man?
I mean, personally, I just think I'll run through him. He's a very good fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's a real good fighter. But just I mean, I don't think he can handle like deal with like a slick, especially like a slick southpaw. Now, of course, people know I can be slick, but I love the bang and box and stuff like that too. And you look at the fight with like Zepeda. And I mean, Zepeda kind of, he almost won that fight. He ran out of gas, but he almost won that fight in his hometown. But hopefully it'll happen one day. We'll see.
Man, I would love to see that fight. But who else would you like to see? Like who would you go after?
I want my belts back. The first thing, I got to get my belts back. That's the main thing. I got to get the Josh Taylor rematch one day. I got to get Ramirez if they still have the belts. I think the Josh Taylor thing, it'll definitely have to happen one day just because of that's just, that's a personal thing. That's definitely a personal thing. I'll have to get back at him. Yeah. Even if it's at 140 or 147. And I really want the Hooker fight, besides all that stuff, we not fighting for belts, but, me and Hooker, I definitely want that fight because me and him, we kind of got like a little personal beef. We fought in the amateurs a long time ago, and in the state, the state U.S. championships, me and him fought. So I definitely still do want to fight Hooker, but it's either whoever has the belts, the best in the division. Basically, it's only 3 or 4 names in the division that's worth fighting, and I think he'll be definitely one of them.
Who won that amateur fight, Regis?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I won.
Okay.
It was close though. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even. He thought he won. I knew I won, and I did. But it was a close fight. I won't even say it wasn't a close fight. It was a close fight, but that was amateur, man. Like if people know me in the amateurs, I was just a raw fighter, just a brawler. Like I just came I would take 3 punches just to give one, and that's how I fought the amateur, So I'm not even gonna lie. He hit me with everything in the book, but I kept coming, and I hit him with all kinds of shit too. So that's kind of how.
Question. I want to know who's been the hardest hitter that you fought so far. Or even in sparring too.
Even so fighting and sparring. One of the hardest I fought in sparring probably the Charlo twins. You know, we all came up together. Me and the twins came up together and stuff like that. So both of the twins, like actually Jamal and Jamel. Like I remember Jamel like hit me with a hook and like things went black. I was still up, but like the whole everything just went black when Jamel hit me.
Bigger than you, Regis.
Yeah, went black. But I still came back the next day. I remember one day he whooped my ass back. And the next day I whooped his ass real bad. Yo, it was me and Jamel. And then one time, me and Jamal, this wasn't even in the gym. Me and Jamal fought in my house before in the gloves. But I let him put on the 6 ounce But I let him put on the 6 ounce gloves. And he whooped my ass. I was being hard. I had my girlfriend at the time. We was in high school, so my girlfriend at the time was there. It was like a Friday after school, so she came to the house, and we was like, "Fuck it." We just got in the gloves, and I was being hard. I let him put the 6 ounce, like the old school 6 ounce gloves on, and I put like some 14s on. He whooped my ass. I had blood everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Regis, William Hunter said that Mikey Garcia jumped 140 for a reason. And kept his 135 belt, but he jumped 140.
He did jump over like the other competition at 140 for sure.
You think he jumped? He was avoiding you? You think that's what it was?
What Garcia? Oh, you talking about Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mikey. I don't know. No. He didn't jump. He got a belt at 140. I don't know if y'all remember that. He got the belt.
He got the title, but
he got the BL and left. Yeah, he got the BL and left. Yeah.
Well, they gave him a different type of title that allows him to flex back and forth. Emirate. I think he got a WBC Emirate title or Emirate.
No. He won the real title. He won the official title from Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets. I was at that fight.
Sergey Lipinets.
Yeah. He won the real. I think he won the IBF from Sergey Lipinets. The real title, and then he just vacated. He won it, vacated. Went up to 147. Yeah.
Right.
So but I think me and Mikey will fight. Me and Mikey will. I think me and him will fight one day. You know, that's actually a way bigger fight than the Hooker or not Hooker. After the Hooker fight, I think that's a bigger fight than Ramirez or Josh Taylor. That's a huge fight between me and Mikey Garcia. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Me and him talked about it anyway. You know, we'll do it. I was actually in Colombia with Robert, with his brother, and we was talking about me and him, me and his brother, me and Jose, you know, even me and like Virgil if I go to 147 one day. But of course Mikey is definitely the biggest name in that stable. So yeah, we were talking about that. Me and Mikey will fight one day, hopefully.
Who has the toughest gym structure as far as, you know, like who? I don't know if you've been to Headbangers because they're infamous for being like really hard to training wise, but anybody in the Houston or California?
I mean, you got Wild Card. You definitely got Wild Card. Gym wise, in Houston, main boxing gym is a hell of a gym. That's the gym I train at in Houston. I know like the twins and stuff, they go like by Rodney Shields, they go to Plex and stuff like that. But as far as being the toughest, I don't know. You know, you got to see how many. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm pretty sure Robert Garcia has a pretty tough gym over there. A lot of Mexican fighters and stuff like that. You know, so I don't know. I can't say who has the toughest gym.
Chris, any other questions for you?
No, I got a comment, but it just people don't understand how deep the light welterweight division is. I mean, not comparing to yesteryear, but besides the champions with Taylor and Ramirez and Ponce, you got my man Regis. Don't forget about Robert Easter, Amir Iman, Victor Postal. You have so many great talent, and they're not ducking and dodging. They all intertwine and fighting each other, like you said earlier. I think there should be more light shown. Besides, the Super 6 tournament was great. I mean, but you have a plethora of people. Even look at the top 10. I mean, it's just nothing but immense talent. You can't find me no other division in boxing right now that has that deep of a talent pool as far as the light welterweight division.
Right.
And also kudos to you for staying in shape, because once this stuff opens up, I'm gonna see people who are welterweights being cruiserweights. the COVID thing is over.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah, this time right now, it's really gonna show who's like really hungry. You know, like who's the real hungry fighters. And
Yes.
who kind of been sitting on their ass and bullshitting. You know, so yeah, like I said, bro, I've been staying in shape. I've been like running. I've been training 5 days a week. Even like I said, sparring 1 day a week. So, you know, I'm not in tip top shape, but I'll definitely be ready whenever they give me the call. Hopefully, I can be one of the first ones. You know, back on the big stage again.
Somebody had a comment earlier, Regis. They want to know what made you get into boxing.
I'm a natural fighter. I'm naturally rough. That's the main thing. Yeah,
you trying to tell us you was bad? Like was you a bad boy back in the day?
I was a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I guess so. You know, people will call me that. You know, like a troublemaker. I just love to fight though. Like I didn't like for me growing up, I didn't like to fight. Because I was mad. I be fighting because I'm happy. You know, same thing today. You know, I don't fight when I'm in boxing. I don't fight. No, I can smile and be fighting. That's something I love to do. You know, and ever since I was young, I just love to fight. That's what I like to do. And then I started putting the gloves on, and then I just loved it. And eventually,
that's a rare breed right there.
Yeah, Then eventually I went to a boxing gym, and it was just love. Like I just something I really love to do. Like I play every sport, but boxing was something I love to practice at. And yeah. Yeah,
Robert want to know if you're going to move up to 147 eventually.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. You know, I want to move up to 147 eventually. You know, but I got unfinished business at 140. That's the main thing. I gotta be a world champion to get at 140 before I move up to 147. So yeah, I'll definitely move up. But it's a lot of unfinished business. It's still Josh Taylor. It's still Hooker. It's still Ramirez, you know, so we'll see.
Hey, Regis, Secure want to know what's your favorite food?
I love Steve. I'm a New Orleans person, you know what I'm saying? So I love seafood. It's not one thing is a favorite food, you know. I love seafood is something I really love. I love shrimp, the crabs. I love
you like that spice?
Yes, crawfish. I love spicy
for some reason. Like nobody else, I'm like, yeah, give me that sauce.
Yeah, I love spicy food. Love it.
Yeah, me too. See, I told you I'm not the only one. It's in my blood. We gotta have that spice.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You did any work at the Mayweather gym?
I went there before one time and just went there, but I never worked. I never worked out there. Never worked out there. I always wanted to go there. You know, I see Floyd actually training people right now, so I might go to Vegas just to go. You know, go slide over there. Maybe get some rounds with Floyd or something.
Yeah, why
not? That'll be fire.
I seen Eubanks Jr. in there training a little bit one time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah,
I was kind of upset that y'all didn't meet up in that super. What was it? The Super Box
World Series?
Yeah, the World Series.
Regis
and Chris Eubanks. But I mean, I know he's a welterweight now, right? Or he's a junior.
Eubanks is super middleweight.
Oh, he's super middleweight?
He way bigger than me.
I didn't know he was that big.
He's
way big. I thought he was down a little bit. Yeah. Whoa. I'm sorry about that one, man. Well, how do you feel about having a fight with somebody that is like willing to do like a what do you call it? A catch weight from welterweight to junior welterweight, or from super lightweight, I guess, like 135 to 140. Like, you know, I know Easter he's done like 137 or something like that, you know. Like, how do you feel about doing like a catch weight with someone?
I mean, I can't go below 140. That's for sure. I can't not go below 140.
Below 140.
But I cannot. No, I know my body will not make anything below 140. It just won't happen at all. But as far as like catch weight going up, whatever, it don't matter. Like the next fight against Hooker is supposed to be at 143. So, you know, that's cool. But as far as going down, that's not happening.
How do you deal with all these titles and belts that's out here? Because I saw, like, when you had your titles, it was listed as light welterweight. But also, we got junior welterweights and you got super light, super featherweight.
Well, that's just the weight, right? But I was a real world champion. Like I was the super champion, matter of fact. So yeah, that's something will never be taken from me. I was like a real super world champion. That's the real belt. Matter of fact, I had the WBA and WBC Diamond, but the WBA official, I had that. So they of course they do got a lot of belts out here, but I was a real world champion. It's a lot of people.
Yes, you were.
I said, people got belts. Then they got all kinds of belts floating around, and this champion, pearl champion, diamond champion, whatever champion they got, wood champion, whatever they got, all kinds of champions.
I think you were listening
interim,
to WBC interim.
They got everything, and I was an interim champion also, but I was the official the world champion. So yeah, as long as I was official world champion, that's all that matters to me.
Okay, so we got someone that wants to know the top 5 welterweights. So what do you guys think? Who is the top 5 welterweights?
Somebody said the top 5 welterweights behind you. I'm a junior welterweight.
Yeah, right. We know you're a junior welterweight, but they're still asking.
But are you talking about the welterweights, or are you talking about the junior welterweights? The welterweights is at 147. The junior welterweights is at 140.
Right. It says welterweights. Maybe they meant junior welterweights. I don't know, but that's the question.
Clarence McCain.
Clarence asked.
I'll go ahead and mention the welterweights. At 147, I think Errol's the top right now. At 147, I think Errol's at the top.
Okay.
I would even go to say Pacquiao is number 2. Crawford is probably number 3. You got Sean Porter, and then Keith Thurman. I think that's my 5.
Damn, I can't disagree with you, champ.
I mean, look, you can, like some people say Crawford is number 1, but his resume just not there. Like the rest of those dudes' resume. You know what I'm saying? Like skill wise, he's there. He's undefeated. Skill wise, he is there, but his resume is not like the rest of the other dudes I named. Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, they have actual, good names on their resume. Crawford doesn't have that many good names on his resume. So, some people argue with it, but of course it's boxing. Everybody can argue. That's just how it is.
Regis, you like Danny Garcia?
Yeah, I like Danny too. Yeah, definitely. For sure. I like Danny Garcia. I mean, he's number 6. They say 5, but he's number 6.
He's number 6. Chris, give us your top 5.
Well, my top 5 welterweights, I'm gonna look at skill set. I have Terrence Crawford as number 1, Errol Spence number 2. I got Manny Pacquiao number 3. Thurman and Porter are 4 and 5 with me. And like Danny Garcia, he's my number 6.
Okay.
But as far as intertwine, I like Crawford above Spence. One day, hopefully, we'll see them 2 in the ring, which will be a super fight.
Right. Well, let's go back and do junior welterweights where Prograis is at. You count yourself as number 1, Rougarou?
I think I'm number 1. I'm sorry. I know
that's right.
Yeah, I think I'm number 1. I think Josh Taylor's 2. I think Ramirez 3. I think Hooker's 4 and 5. Who was up there? Maybe like Ivan Baranchyk. You got Ivan Baranchyk.
I was gonna say that.
I was
gonna say that.
Yeah, Ivan Baranchyk is like 5 or something like that, But hey, that's always gonna be interchangeable. I got lost on my record, I can admit that. So, some people will say, Josh Taylor's number 1 and Jose Ramirez is number 1. I don't, nobody knows, So I think I'm number 1. I'm pretty sure some people think Josh Taylor's number 1. Some people think Ramirez is number 1. Some people think Hooker's number 1. So, it's interchangeable. That's just how I feel.
Regis, there's a lot of people like you in Tampa. They want to know, are you interested in fighting in Florida?
No problem with me. No problem at all. Yep, I'll definitely fight in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Now Clarence is admitting that he messed up on that question. He meant to say junior welterweight.
I top 5 welterweights at all time.
Exactly. Now, it's going to be some big problems for the welterweights when you do decide to move up, and I just want to put them on notice of that. I mean, because there's not a lot of guys at welterweight that got that type of aggression and that natural fight in them that you have. So Is there anyone like when you do move up? Is there any one of those that you kind of like? You know, those names that you would like to have a fight with first?
I'll fight all of them, but you know the dream fight for me is Manny Pacquiao. If I can share the
Yeah.
ring with a legend like Pacquiao is like Ali, damn near. You know, if I can share the ring with Pacquiao, I mean, all those dudes are good, but none of those dudes are Manny Pacquiao. None of those dudes might ever be Manny Pacquiao. You know, so if I can share the ring with Pacquiao, that'll be like a dream come true. And you know, yeah, that's what I would want to do. Everybody wants to do that, though. Everybody wants to fight Pacquiao.
I mean, right now there's no better name to have on your resume. You know, that
Pacquiao,
boxing
yeah,
you see
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao up there, you like, damn, this person is like, okay, they legit. Like that's like number one. You just like, okay, yeah. But I was watching him.
Yeah.
I was watching the Marquez 3 fight, I think it was, and I was just looking at. No, I was watching Pacquiao versus Cotto last weekend, and I was in there watching, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Wow, ain't it just amazing? This guy is still a damn champion." Pacquiao is still a champion. Hey,
let me read this question.
Pacquiao, yeah,
okay.
he the man for sure.
We got a question from Katrina Sampson. She want to know what's that tat on his sexy chest?
Ooh, that's
You
the
know what it is, Regis?
New Orleans. That's New Orleans. That's
New Orleans.
They got
That's New Orleans.
you got
Katrina.
the river, you got the
Dang, her name's
New Orleans
Katrina Light.
Superdome,
Ain't that ironic?
the skyline, New Orleans, and the New Orleans and Mardi Gras colors. So yeah, that's my whole New Orleans thing.
Wow.
damn. How long it take to do that one?
Shit, it was like 7-8 hours of straight pain.
Whoa! Oh man, yeah, you do like to fight because you take that tattoo pain for 8 hours straight.
Pain.
Damn.
Right.
And it's ironic. Her name is Katrina too, Regis.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it is Katrina. That's crazy, right? Yeah, that's crazy. I got one on my side. I got this one on my side. That's supposed to be like Hurricane Katrina. Let me see.
Oh, we can't hardly see it. Oh, there you go.
Right there.
Damn, that looked like Hurricane Katrina. All right.
That's how it's supposed.
So you lost everything in that
I got that
hurricane? Did your family lose everything?
Yeah, we lost that. Yeah, we lost everything.
You miss New Orleans?
Yeah.
You think it'll ever be the same that it was before?
Yeah. I don't think I'd be here where I'm at right now if it wasn't for the hurricane and stuff like that. But as far as missing to live there, no. I mean, I have property out there. I have housing and all that stuff out there. So I go back as much as I can, as much as I want. I can go back anytime. But New Orleans is a party city. You know, I go out there, have fun, and you know, I come back and you know, live my life basically, just like the rest of the country. You know, the rest of the world, they go to New Orleans and have fun, and they come back. You know, and that's like the culture of New Orleans. Everybody just like to go out there and have fun. So, but as far as missing it, like to live there, no, absolutely not. No. I like to go play and have my fun, and then come back and come back and live.
Gotcha.
You know Weezy, Lil Wayne. You know any of them cats?
Yeah, I know Wayne. Yeah. I actually grew up Wayne, not with Wayne. Wayne like 7 years older than me, 8 years older than me, or something like that. But he used to be in a group called Squad Up, and he used to be around the corner from my house all the time. So I used to see Wayne when I was a little kid, and it's crazy. I always was like, when I was young, I'd be like, man, I used to tell everybody, I'm gonna be in Young Money. I'm gonna be in Young Money. I'm gonna be in Young Money. And now I'm not in Young Money, but I'm like associated. I'm real cool with McMahon. I know Wayne. I can say I'm like friends with Wayne, but I know him. He know who I am. He actually like endorsed me and stuff. He was on ESPN talking about me, and you know I was in the studio with Wayne.
What's up? Yeah.
So you know it's dreams come true.
Hey.
That's cool. That's cool as hell. You know, a lot of times when you're in these different territories, it's like war of the worlds where, you know, everybody's trying to pull you down, not lift you up. So it's really inspiring when you hear like, you know, New Orleans helping New Orleans, or, you know, blacks helping blacks, or however you want to say it. So I love this type of stories. It should be more of it. Hear me when I say that. Oh, Will Hunter, he says, Bob set up Pacquiao with Horn to feed to Bud, and then Bud got a gift in Horn. Damn, Will, you and these conspiracy theories, you gonna have me thinking all night about this shit.
Oh no, that's definitely true. For sure, that's true.
That's for sure true.
Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, that's true. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Robert, Robert, want to know some of your favorite boxing movies, Regis.
Ali is you know, I really like, I definitely like Ali. You know, Will Smith played Ali real good. The boxing wasn't that good, but the acting was real good. You know, I like the Duran movie, of course, because Duran is one of my favorite fighters. Of course, you can't go wrong with the Rocky movies. Raging Bull, you can't go wrong with that. And even like Creed was actually really good. You know, Creed was actually real good movies too. So and of course Cinderella Man. You know, it's just you can go on and on with the boxing movies, you know.
What about the Raging Bull, Regis? Oh
yeah, he knows boxing.
I didn't say Raging Bull. I thought I said Raging
Bull. No, you said Raging Bull.
He said Raging Bull? Okay.
Yeah,
he said it.
Oh, all right. I didn't catch that one.
But there's one boxing movie that nobody's mentioned yet. That's so underrated. They ain't got no play. Go see Phantom Punch with Ving Rhames. It's a life story about Sonny Liston. Trust me on this.
Okay.
Yes.
Chris,
it's not an old movie either.
Chris, I was scared you were going to say The Great White Height.
Come on, man.
I was scared.
Give me more credit than that, dude.
Oh, wow. You messed up with that. So Paul White, he says, did you respect Josh after that fight? Rougarou?
Did I respect him? Of course I respect him. I respect every man that gets in the ring. Yeah, we actually seen each other in the hotel. Yeah, we actually seen him, and we seen him in the hotel after the fight. We seen each other, and you know, we talked about the fight and all that type of stuff. He invited me to come to Scotland and all that stuff. Yeah, we definitely respect each other, of course.
Oh, okay.
So I saw your recent tweet where you asked Eddie Hearns to go ahead and, you know, follow Dana White's suit and do this fight, you know, without the audience. I mean, do you think that's a possibility? That something like
that? I said a private island. Yeah, on a private island, I don't know. I know he got the money to do it, and he can do it. But I don't know. But yeah, without the audience, yeah, of course, in the studio, I mean, they're gonna have to do it. You know, right now, even after this coronavirus thing is over, I think they're gonna have to. People still gonna be scared to go in crowds, even if they got on CNN or whatever station they got on yesterday. Donald Trump got on there and said, "Look, everything is fine. Everybody's good. Don't worry about nothing. We got everything under control." People still gonna go out and be scared of the coronavirus. People still gonna want masks and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be a crowd for a long time. I don't think it's not gonna be crowds. It's not gonna be live sports crowds for a while. So this might be the new normal thing. So it's just something that we got to deal with. You know, it's not optimal, but it is what it is. It's something we gonna have to do.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna hate that. I love the fan energy and atmosphere and everybody cheering for just cheering for boxing at every event. You know, you make so many friends, and it's like no discrimination, and you know, it's just awesome the fans experience when you go to these fights. But I mean, I know right now health and safety is most important. And I think you're right. I think there are going to be a lot of people that's not going to want to partake in the beginning. You know, I mean, they're going to test it out on other people and let them see if they get sick or whatever. I think at first. But I think Florida is almost an island. So maybe it'll be here.
Maybe so. That's actually, you know, that might be possible. If Dana White already started, then hey, that might be possible. That might be possible next for boxing, or whatever, or Vegas or Nevada, whatever. I don't know, but hey, wherever they say, that's where we're gonna go.
Somebody said Phantom Punch.
Did you ever feel special making it out of New Orleans? Because a lot of people don't. God bless you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I actually always felt special since I was a little kid, to be honest. So, to make it out, like I made it out, it's like some days, like I wake up in my bed and like gotta pinch myself, you know, like I'm really here, like I really, you know, like it is. I definitely feel like blessed and definitely feel special because of what I did. And then I rose out of the ashes. You know, I didn't really have people know, like, if people know about me, like I said, when I had like my first 10 fights, I was fighting for free, you know, and to like do that to come where I'm at right now, it's just like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know how I'm even living this life. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I can't even explain it.
I saw the video when you gave your mom her house and how surprised she was, and she thought she was at the Airbnb.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that. When you set her up real good.
Yeah, we set up. Yeah, right.
What, you had always told her that you were going to buy her a house one day, or
I never really
wanted her to have?
never really told her that. Nah, I never really told her I would buy a house and stuff. I mean, my mom, she kind of expected a little bit, to be honest. Like, so we did that for Christmas, and she was like walking all through the house and stuff, and I had it fully furnished. You know, that's why she probably thought I tried to make her think that was an Airbnb, because I fully furnished the whole house.
Okay.
And then like we wrapped up boxes and all, and then like the last box had like a key in it. But I mean, I never really told her I'm like gonna get a house and stuff. I just kind of just did it, basically. You know, I told like maybe like a couple of months before that, I told her go look at these houses. So she probably had like some type of idea, but at that time she definitely didn't know that I was gonna do that.
What? Okay, somebody want to know the name of that Sonny Liston movie again, Chris.
Phantom Punch. It was it came out, I want to say 2008. Great movie.
We got Paul Rougarou. He's saying that he hopes that you fight on the Chisora card. Is that something you'd be interested in?
I don't know. I go from Chisora from fighting on my undercard, so I go to fighting on his undercard.
Okay, I see it like that. Then I
don't know. I mean, hey, if they pay me the same thing, whatever. And then there's no crowd. Yeah, okay, whatever. You know, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever.
It's a co-main.
I just talked. We gotta talk to the promoters about it.
Cuba Gooding Jr. did a great boxing movie called Gladiator.
I see that one.
Cuba Gooding also did a real good movie a boxing movie called Bayou Caviar. That I'm in it.
What?
So watch that. Called Bayou Caviar.
What? I ain't never even heard of that.
I ain't heard of that either.
Me neither.
It was his first movie that he produced, he directed, he did everything. He acted and he was the main actor. He directed and he produced it, and it's called Bayou Caviar. We shot it in New Orleans, and I'm in it. That's what I'm saying now.
Yeah. Somebody said that was a great movie. I gotta see that one for real. Y'all
So go watch Bayou Caviar. I think it's on Apple TV or something like that. Bayou Caviar. It came out probably like 2 years ago, but that's what it's called, Bayou Caviar.
I like it.
Regis, Betty Hobbs want to know, do Regis have a lady?
I got a wife. Yes, I do. I got a
you
wife.
have a wife?
Yes. I got my wife.
Oh.
I got a wife. She from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back down. He's spoken.
Betty.
Yeah, he's spoken for it. Got a lady.
I'm sorry.
Hey, wife. Put a ring on it. Leave him alone.
Yeah, our wife. Kids and all that stuff. Yeah. Hey, look, tell them you don't want these problems. Tell them y'all don't want these problems. Yeah.
Somebody is liking your physique.
You might have to put the shirt back on, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Boxing
God.
after dark.
I hope that you had a great time tonight.
Man,
we could talk to you for so many hours, but I know that you're probably tired and your kids want your attention. But
they coming in the room right now.
Say that again.
I said they coming in the room right now, about to come fuck with me right now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let us see them. Let us see the kids.
Look, can I?
Oh, I don't know what happened. I couldn't see the kids.
They froze.
Regis.
Yeah, like.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's he.
Y'all can see that.
Hey guys. Hey.
What's up,
oh, look at all that hair. My goodness. Oh yeah, that was your babies. They jumping around.
How many you got, Regis?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
You got two?
I'm a robot.
Yeah.
How many
I got
kids
two.
you
Yeah, I
got?
got two.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
Hi. How
Got
you
two.
doing? Hey.
Precious.
Ooh, so pretty.
My
Aw,
dress.
she got on her princess dress.
You know,
I
remote
see it.
control.
Elsa.
Ready for that Disney
Yeah.
visit, right, Rougarou?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much coming on, man. That means a lot to us.
Yes, you made
All
our
right, man.
for
Holla
sure.
at y'all.
Chris, you
All
got
right.
any?
Holla at y'all. Yep.
Chris,
have a
any
good one.
last thing? Chris?
Hey man, champ, you know, you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready, man. So I can't wait to see you back in the ring.
All right, brother. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
All
You
right.
too now.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Chris, what an amazing guy, man. He's a family man at the end of the day. He didn't talk about it too much, but we saw it in action ourselves.
Yeah, that part I didn't know about him. Everything got a nice little family, wife and 2 kids, and a princess that's not shy.
Right.
No, she's very cute too.
Yeah.
So Dale says he got 2 good movies. One, a true story, the other fiction. Streets of Gold with Wesley Snipes, and the true story is called Triumphs of Spirit. So there's
Write
some
that
more.
down. Streets of Gold.
Guys, I want to just say something to all of our fans tonight. We just appreciate you so much. We do want you to go and sign up for our YouTube channel. And also, make sure you like and follow us on Boxing PlayHouse Facebook, as well as IG and Twitter. I'm just like, I'm blown away by how Regis is so down to earth and was willing to come on and spend his family time with us and let us know a little insight about him as a champion. Like now we know what it takes to be that's like a heart of a champion. Somebody that like loves to fight is rare in this game. Many people they in the game, but you know, they ain't really loving to get hit. They ain't loving to, you know, to take 3 shots at the face in order to get 1 punch in, you know?
Mm-mm. Not me.
Not you. You'll judge it, but you ain't gonna no, you're you're a referee, but you ain't gonna do it.
I ain't taking no 3.
Oh, you ain't gonna take 3. Okay.
I ain't taking no
How
3.
about 2? How about 2?
Dude, be lucky if you get that.
Chris, since
Just
we
because I wear a bow tie, I'm an easy match.
Your son and Rougarou's kids, they could be cousins. They all got that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Look.
Hey. But also, the thing about that Phantom Punch movie, I also believe Stacey Dash and Nicholas Turturro's also in that movie as well. Everything, because I think Stacey Dash plays Geraldine in St. Liston's wife. But no, it's a good look of what went down behind the scenes and what got him to point A to point B and out of prison, where he ended up in Vegas. But I won't tell the movie. But like I said, it's a very, very good movie. And if you ever follow boxing, especially back in the 60s, the things that St. Liston was accused of, they talked about that too. You know, complaints from like Zora Foley, Eddie Machen, and Ali. Certain things they complained about, they highlight in that particular movie as well. So no, it's very, very good movie. I was surprised why this was not even advertised. Cause I saw the movie maybe like 2 years after the fact.
Yeah.
I just happened to be in what's that story? It closed down. Movie Stop. I just happened to see it like, got the punch. Bing rhymes. I was like, okay, let me. And I'm a big fan of St. Liston and his life.
Wait a minute,
how
was he in prison? Did he start out in the movie? It was like he was in prison and fighting.
No, that's Undisputed with Wesley Snipes.
Okay, that's Undisputed.
They played the part as in he's supposed to be Mike Tyson, but they didn't say he was Mike Tyson. But everything that sort of happened, how he got to prison and what sort of happened, rumors that happened in prison, they probably took a little bit of Mike Tyson and threw that in there. But no,
right.
but the St. Liston one, like I said, it was a very good movie. Like I said, I'm a fan of St. Liston, and like I said, he was very misunderstood, very much so.
Hey,
But
hey, Chris, did you ever see the movie when James Earl Jones played Jack Johnson?
yes,
The Great
yeah,
White
I've seen that. Y'all talking about Ali was cocky and bold. Jack Johnson was a
Jack
whole other
Johnson
level.
took the cake, didn't he?
Yeah, don't worry about the movie. Just read old newspaper clippings and people that was there from back in the day. That's some gun.
Man, the stuff he did back then. I'm surprised nobody killed him, man.
Yes, I mean,
This
yeah,
man
he was bold. That's something going with
man
bold.
had
I mean, I got a chance
gold
when I went to.
grill.
What's up?
This man was a dark-skinned brother. He had a gold grill.
Yeah, I go grills.
He flaunted the white women, man, and drove fast cars.
Yep.
How did he
They
make it?
They told one of his historians said a story that he got pulled over for driving too fast, so they fined him $25. So suppose he gave the state patrol $50. He said, "Why you give me that?" He said, "I'm gonna drive the same way coming back." So he let him know. I'm like, why this man? I mean, he's one of a kind. I got a chance to go to Chicago not that long ago.
Rules. Like he never believed in any rules. They didn't affect him. Like it's like you follow the rules. I'm not following the rules. You know?
Yeah, they got him on the Mann Act and stuff like that for taking cross
underage white woman.
no one underage. It just he took at that particular time he took white women across state lines for immoral purposes.
And they
but the woman that he took across state line was his wife.
Right.
So
they said
I got a chance to go to Chicago and visit his grave when I had a chance to go up there.
Okay.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, he's buried in Chicago, and this is the first, Black American heavyweight champion. And I'm like, that's just his wife is buried next to him, of course. But I just figured,
I did an article, Chris, when he received, when President Trump, 45, gave him the, I don't know what kind of honor it was. Was it a medal?
It's supposed a pardon.
Oh yeah, he pardoned him. That's right. And I did an article on him, and I was like, I did all this research and dug into him a little bit, and found out all the things that he would do, what he did at that time, and how racist it was for him not to have been able to fight for that world championship title for so long. And they actually, after he had the Mann Act, he had fled and went over to one of the islands.
Cuba, I think. Was
it Cuba? And he stayed there a long time until he knew he was clear to actually be back in the States. And, so it was just, if you want to read that article, it's on our Boxing Playhouse page.
Check it out.
Chris, I seen what Tonio Tarver wants to play him, man. He wants to redo that movie and play Jack Johnson.
I can't
You know what? He'll be a good fit for it.
Yeah.
I think so.
He truly will be a good fit.
I told him that. I said, man, that'll be a good movie for you, T.
I mean, got my man T some gold grills.
I think Tony will do a good job playing Jack. They need to redo that movie, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better find somebody that's gonna back it. No, but seriously, but who better? Find me another actor, that would actually play that part.
And look like him, what I'm saying? And got the boxing skills, know the boxing, I mean,
so he most definitely got the mouthpiece.
No Cinderella story, really. I mean, it's easy to play something when you have, he has that emotion, like he knows how that feels.
What's his name?
On top of the world.
What's his name? Would have been probably a good one, but he's dead now. Child, what's Duncan? What's the guy that played in the Green Mile? The big guy.
Duncan. His last
he probably would have been a good one, but he's not here.
He's too big.
He's too big, huh?
Tara
be good.
Tara would be the perfect. I think because even their bodybuilding is about the same. Right. I mean, Tara is a little bit taller, but
probably same size for that size back then.
Because but Tara what 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jack Johnson was like 6'1.5".
Yeah, they weren't that big back then.
Dale says, I think Sonny is one of the underrated heavyweights. Never got the respect he deserved.
I agree.
When they did his documentary on Showtime, they kind of still left us hanging as, because this case is still considered an open murder case. So
they ruled it a suicide. They ruled it as a suicide heroin overdose, or not? Heroin overdose. But like, no, he didn't do that.
Yeah,
so,
nobody believes it, and they feel like that he was murdered. But some people say it was the mob because he was so intertwined with them for so many years. Maybe he ain't want to do something no more. Or maybe he
watch the movie.
He said, "Watch the movie."
And matter of fact, when I was at Vegas, I got a chance to go visit Listen gravesite as well. Because it's my go these cities around the country. I try I gotta pay my respects, because these folks that I watched and everything, even though it was already gone by the time I came on this earth, but I was a fan. I studied, I watched. Even the other night, I was watching Sun Listen fight films, and I have a big old DVD player right by my bed. I sleep on my left hand side, and I go to sleep watching old fights. Not just a fight itself, but sometimes go and watch the referees of how they officiate.
Right.
So,
Chris, I meant to ask you, when we was talking about Harrison's dad, I meant to ask you about Eddie Cotton. Did you ever have any experiences with him? You ever met and talked with him?
I've met Eddie Cotton in 2017 of this May, actually. And he's a big Marvel comic fan. And he gave me some words of wisdom because I was just getting started about, how to be a referee. I got a chance to, meet Robert Byrd and some other great officials at this convention we were at. And he was able to give me some advice as far as how to stay poised and don't get caught up in the moment. Don't rush. Just, do your research. Make sure fighter A or fighter B tendency. If you don't know the fighter, just keep everything centered. You never go wrong. You know the rules. You never go wrong. So and we start talking about fights that he done, but he's more not. Someone talk about that. He tries to encourage. He tried to pass on to the next generation because he's got to the point that I'm too old. So he got into working with the IBF, being a supervisor and stuff like that. I was just glad that he took time for those 3 days just to sit down there and just to let me glean some knowledge from him.
Right.
So it's sad. It bothered me when I saw it. I'm like, oh man, that's another great one.
Right.
Yeah.
So condolences to him, to his family, and everything like that. And
you heard me, Chris?
Say it again.
He was one of them bigger referees that could handle them heavyweights.
Yes.
He did it with the Lewis Tyson fight.
He did Lewis Tyson fight. He did the Bo and Galata fight.
Oh man, that was.
He did the second fight.
That second one, okay.
They did the second one, yeah.
That first one was a riot. Remember,
dude? Oh my gosh. I'm glad I wasn't there. I've been underneath the ring hiding.
Riot too, almost. Galata just didn't learn.
Right.
What?
But okay, we got some couple comments. So Dale, he says that Spike Lee should direct the one that if Tarver does it, he should let Spike Lee does it. I like that too because Spike Lee is like a real genius when it comes to them epic black pigs that got a lot of like you want to showcase the type of racism that people endured. And then let's see, we got what did he say about this?
Dale said Charles Duncan.
Okay. Maitland, she says Chadwick Dawson or Derek Luke as Sonny. Okay, I can get with that.
Chris, did we say the hurricane earlier? Did we say that?
I don't recall.
Nobody said hurricane.
I forgot about that one too.
Damn, how did we leave the hurricane out?
That was a great movie as well. Man,
did he get an Oscar?
Just sit back. It's so many other boxing movies.
But he did not get the Oscar until he played Training Day.
Yeah.
But everybody thought that he deserved it for Hurricane. I thought he deserved it for Malcolm X too.
I agree. He truly embodied Malcolm. I mean, the way he walked, the speech. If you close your eyes, you thought Malcolm was actually talking. You know,
Right.
so
Oh, Clarence, he says, we appreciate you. I love y'all so much. My Thursdays are so much better because of Boxing PlayHouse.
Hey, appreciate
That's
you, Clarence.
what's up. We love you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Clarence. Appreciate that.
Okay, so now Sharon said, oh, y'all went way back. She said, oh, y'all went way back in history. You know, that's right. Sometimes you got to get down and dirty into this boxing game. You know, that's the only way a lot of people really can appreciate boxing today, if they know and they knew what people used to have to go through just to be able to box in the ring and really be a world champion. I mean, Jack Johnson, he waited a long time to get that one fight and had to fly to Australia, I think. Was it Australia?
I think it was Australia.
I think it was Australia he had to fight old dude in. I forgot. What's his name? The one he fought in the
title.
Yeah.
Oh, was it when he fought Jess Willard? You remember where that was at, Chris?
That was in Cuba.
That was in Cuba when he fought Jess.
That's when he lost the title to.
One that they think that he threw that fight. Yeah, I'm talking about when he actually fought the white champion
for the title, Tommy Burns.
Yes, Burns.
Yeah.
So that still couldn't be in the U.S. You know, like, damn. Just crazy. Okay, let's see.
Spike Lee.
So that's when he said Spike Lee, Chadwick.
Chadwick or Derek Luke. Who they want to play?
Sonny.
Jack
They wanted Derek Luke, Sonny
Liston.
Liston. Okay, Dale Peebles, what you got, man? You saying met Eddie in a convenience store. I recognized him. He was shocked. True class act. Eddie who?
Cotton.
Eddie Cotton.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who he was talking about. That was way far back in the conversation.
Hey, you know what's funny, Chris? When we was in Vegas one time, man, I think the first time we went to Vegas, we was in a lobby, man, sitting on a bench. I was talking to this guy. We was talking. And I was saying, yeah, man, this is my family. I showed him my dad and everything. Real nice guy. Mm-hmm. And then he asked us what we was doing, man. We said, well, we going to the hotel. We just gonna chill out the rest of the day. And then I asked him. I said, well, what you got planned for later today, man? And I got a referee, Floyd and Cotto. I'm saying, what? I think it was Bird. It was referee Bird.
Yeah.
And then he gave me his address, man. He sent me stuff. He sent me pictures in the mail of Winky and Bernard Hopkins. And, I didn't even realize who he was at the time, man. He was just a nice guy sitting on the bench talking to me.
His wife, too.
Yeah, his wife.
Adelaine Bird was with him, too.
Yeah.
And he tripped me out. I said, what you doing the rest of the day? Well, I got a referee to fight Floyd and Cotto or something like that,
man. Just talking.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
No, to me, he's one of the best referees out there, Robert Bird. Yeah. And he's another one that will share information and everything what you said a while ago. That is him.
Right.
Yes. And he tripped me out, too, because when we saw him at the Keith Thurman and Pacquiao fight, man, it was like he was like, you don't see them behind the scenes, but he was very integral in the boxing commission and what they were doing that night. Like he was like really in charge. Yeah, he was like showing different judges what they supposed to, where the paperwork, what they were supposed to be doing and telling which ref. Yeah, so I mean, people don't give these people credit because they don't see what they're doing off camera. Nope. But I was standing right there. I was like, damn, he busy tonight. Like, it was like, did they leave him in charge tonight or something? I thought he was the one in charge for the night,
Mm-mm.
That's how much he was hands-on. What's Clarence saying?
He fought.
He said if they let Spike in the building.
Dale said he fought Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries is who they brought back to fight Jack because they brought him out of retirement because nobody could beat Jack Johnson. So they pulled Jim Jeffries, undefeated ex-heavyweight champion, out and tried to get him to beat Jack Johnson, but Jack beat the hell out of him. He was weighing like 300 pounds on a farm, and he got in shape to fight Jack Johnson, Jim Jeffries. But Jack Johnson beat the hell out of him, man, and and they just couldn't wait for for Jack to lose that title. I forgot how many more years it was before Jess Willard got the belt, but a lot of people think Jack Johnson, threw that fight.
Yeah, it's suspect the way it sounded. Do you remember how many rounds it was?
Man.
It was like some crazy amount of rounds they were going to.
Yeah, back in the day, yes. 45, 50 rounds, 60 rounds.
Oh my God.
They were 3-minute rounds.
Man, I even read back then that the round was over when somebody hit the canvas.
Wow.
Back before the Queensberry rule, I'm like, are you kidding me? They outside at 95-degree weather?
Yeah.
And they will build stadiums just for one fight.
They just fight till somebody drop, huh?
And then what makes it special is the fact it wasn't like these guys here where they have a tough fight and you don't see them for 6 months at least. No, 2 months later, they right back in there with somebody else.
Yeah. Like, sometimes early in that, sometimes you back in the day, even in your Armstrong days, they'll fight 4 or 5 times at one particular month. So that's where it was back in the day.
Madeline Cooper said Lance Gross as Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh, okay. We starting to name all the actors that should play these, these great, these boxers now, these legends.
I gotta look him up.
I gotta look him up.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Lance Gross.
Shoot a picture in that comment.
Well, Usher played
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
He played Sugar Ray Leonard. He played Sugar Ray Leonard. My bad.
What?
That was the Duran movie.
That was the Duran movie. Okay. Hands and Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got who this? I don't know what they said. They said it in their language. Sorry, I can't read your comment. Okay, Robert. What is Robert talking about tonight, baby?
I would say non-boxing related, but since we were talking about Denzel, there's a rumor that I can't see it.
There's a rumor that the executives at Marvel Studios are considering him for the role of Magneto in the MCU's upcoming X-Men film. Thoughts? Denzel can play any damn thing he want to play, honey. They could tell him he got to change and be a female for 2 rounds and play Whoopi Goldberg. And that sucker will make you feel like you just saw Whoopi Goldberg, okay? So I wouldn't worry about Magneto. That would be nothing for him to do. But I hope that his sidekick, maybe they could get his son in there with him. Because I actually like his son and the way he acts too. He's in the Baller series. Yeah. What's this one?
Asked Chris a question.
Oh, they got a question for Chris. Let's do that. Chris, what do you like about boxing as a ref, and how long can you see yourself doing it?
That's a good question. That's an excellent question. Give me something to chew and think about. I mean, I like the aspect is it's like a class on its own. Each person, maybe a judge, referee, may dreamed about being a boxer and they couldn't have made it. And I tried it when I was young, and boxing smokers didn't work out for me. Everything with all the knee problems I had. But anyways, it's just being part of something bigger than yourself, being part of history. I take my job very, very serious. I approach each fight when I do get an assignment. I'm already in preparation, but I increase my preparation. Make sure I'm attentive, make sure that I'm tired, I eat appropriately, staying hydrated. And as far as my legs and everything can hold up, I'm gonna keep doing it until I have gray in my hair. So I can see myself right now how I feel. I feel good right now. I can still do it maybe another 20 years. But I love being around the men and women that sacrifice themselves and give their all to entertain the crowd. Even though, just my personal opinion, I think what they do, they're underappreciated, underpaid, but that's just me as a fan speaking. But as far as me being a referee, I mean, I love it. Sometimes the pressure, mounts, yes, but you still got control. You can't be a fan. I may think like, ooh, that's a good hook to the body. I can't say that because I got, no, you gotta understand. I tell people all the time, I'm a fan first. Once I step through these ropes, I'm just.
That would be the word. Like, it's already hard for me. Like, when we came, like our first like official credentials when we were
Yeah.
and like you're sitting there and everybody's all stoic and they're just like, you know, on their laptop and they're like typing everything. And then I'm just like, oh yes. Out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way, but I try my best to disguise it, especially when I'm in the ring. I don't do that. But sometimes you hear the trash talk and it's comical. So as long as trash talk, I'm like, okay, y'all stop talking. But as long as if it gets too serious where they maybe start flagrant, breaking the rules, that's okay, y'all need to chill. But I try to keep it like this. But you do hear them, and you do listen.
I want to know who's the best shit talker in the local scene. Who's in the ring talking the most shit? And you're like, okay, be quiet. Box. Is there anybody that's a good shit talker?
Yeah, I'm thinking. One comes in mind, but I want to put my man out there. I want to put him out there, but he's like I said, just it's part of the game. I mean, y'all talk crap, at the weigh-in, y'all amped up, y'all in the locker room. Now it's time to get it on. As long they're respectful. Once the bell rings done, we're done. I told you I don't want no bad happen or I have to get involved, make a decision because of stupidity. So and sometimes they do get chippy. It does. So, and when it's a local fight, I try to watch the weigh-in because I want to know what that person looks like as far as their build. Because some of these fighters, they kill themselves making weight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is he too gaudy? I should watch out for him. Then I try to research the guy's record and the guy he's fighting. Who I believe may have the advantage in his fight. I try to go beyond. That's just me. I'm just very particular about that because like I said, I don't want nobody getting hurt in the ring. I know we in the hurt business, but you gotta walk out of here, buddy.
I know that's right. I mean, for me, if somebody's shit talking, I mean, it is a mental part of that.
Yeah.
To where they really are trying to mentally get to the other boxer so that they are less than in the ring. So, I mean, I know some people think all the shit talking is just for, and just to hype up a fight, but it does have some effect on people in the ring.
No, it does because I had one fight that was at the fairgrounds. It was personal. It was something that he said was unforgivable. If you could talk bad about me, talk bad about me, but when you bring my wife or your lady involved and you talking about what you're going to do to her, and what he said was unforgivable. I F the ring. We would have took care of the outside. So when the fight was over, the guy who won the fight, he wanted more. I'm like, dude, let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go. He says, no, I should do this. I'm like, you see me wave my hand, dude, chill. The fight is over. You got your revenge. So the corner man who lost, they give the other side the finger. I'm like, oh, what the heck is going on? So it was bad. It was bad. It was one of the worst things you can say to somebody.
It went across the line for sure.
Way across the line. You should have been shot for it. I'm being real. Because if it had been me, we'd have dealt with it.
Chris, remember when Duran stepped over there and called Sugar Ray Leonard's wife a hoe or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
But it was smart what he did and everything because Duran was going to outbox Ray. He had to get ready to sit in there and fight him. And it was Imano.
And Sugar went in there and fought and tried to fight him because he was talking about his lady. So it worked.
Got in his head.
Yeah. But what Duran said about Sugar Ray Leonard's wife is pale in comparison with that dude said about what he's gonna do to his the other guy's wife.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Really?
Dead serious.
Damn.
I got angry.
Oh,
and I'm trying to stay neutral. I'm like, whoa, you serious? Okay.
Dale is saying that he feel like Jack Dempsey. He definitely threw that fight. He's saying Jack Johnson. I'm sorry.
Always.
He did. If you are knocked out, why shield your eyes from the sun?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did kind of like shield the eyes.
The one he number like this.
Yeah, laying on his,
Yeah,
laying on
he had the Archie Moore stance going.
What's up,
Okay.
Alex? Alex, say what's up.
Alex, what
T-
you doing tonight?
T Mason said, "What's up, Boxing Playhouse and Chris?"
What's up, T? What you doing tonight? You
What's
missed
happening?
Crew. Where you
T
been at,
came on
T?
late. T.
T, you missed my man. You missed
Regis.
Prograis. Yes, Regis Prograis, man. You got to rewatch. You got to rewatch
Kind
it.
of close to Sean weight.
Yeah, that's a lightweight. Yeah,
Sean
Sean's
gotta
a
move
lightweight, but he wants to be at
Sean
junior
might-
welterweight soon.
Sean might have to see Regis one day.
Oh, he might have to. You never know. Okay, Robert. Have any of you seen the Kevin Hart, Shane Mosley
Right?
fight from 2013? What?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart? No, we have not seen that, Robert. You got to
I'm
tell me.
gonna YouTube it.
That. Was that for charity or something?
You seen that, Chris?
No, man.
Damn, man.
Kevin
You tell
Hart.
me now.
I seen Shaq and Shane Mosley, Shaquille O'Neal and Shane Mosley.
I seen Shaquille and Oscar one time, I think.
Yeah.
Do something.
Oh my goodness. Okay, they saying Robert saying Usher did a fine job as Sugar Ray in Hands of Stone. I think he should play him again in the Sugar Ray biopic. I'm with it. Yeah, I think he did a great job too. I forgot that it was Usher and just
You know what?
thought it was him.
When I first heard about that movie, I thought it was going to be about Ray Leonard. And turned around, it was the Roberto Duran story.
Right.
But
yeah.
I thought it was going to be about Sugar Ray Leonard at first. When I first heard about it. T said she was at home working.
I
Okay,
understand. We'll let you slide this time. We won't have you missing too many because we got to have that tea in the building.
Chris, how soon you think it'll be before we all be back in our arena doing something, man?
Next year.
When you
No. I don't think it's gonna be next year. I believe by the summertime. Only reason being because I think the current administration wants to open up football. There's a lot of money in NFL, and they got to open it up. Not saying they should, but I'm pretty sure around August time frame, we'll have the preseason season start, and I think we'll start moving forward around about, like I said, August, September time frame.
Well,
August.
I just say I believe what Regis was saying as far as, they're going to be a lot of people that's not going to still want to try it yet. Like, even if they approve it, they're going to be some people that are like, nah, hold on a minute. Yeah, being in the crowd and stuff. So, we need a vaccine. That's just point blank. But I don't want a rush vaccine because I don't know what these side effects are. So, they need to figure it out. But, in order for me to feel 100% confident in going out again, I'm going to need some vaccines. Not saying that I won't go out before then, but just saying in order for me not to have that thinking in the back of my mind, I would need some vaccines to be taking place.
She said, "Hey, Chris." And that Kevin Hart fight with Mosley was on the real, what's that? The Real Husbands of Hollywood series.
Oh, Hart versus Mosley was on BET.
Yeah.
That's right, when he was after his lady or something, or he had his lady with
That's
him.
what it was.
That got checked out.
Yeah, it was actually titled Hart versus Mosley, and Kevin undertook the mantle, Fist of Funny. That boy, Kevin Hart, dumb. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, and Robert, that's what Robert said right there. Oh, Maitland, what she said? And they tried to make it look like Duran lost the fight due to depression. Sugar Ray finessed that whole fight. Okay, yeah, he skilled him. He got frustrated, and he said that Sugar did not want to. He's like, Sugar didn't want to fight. He got frustrated.
That was a no mas
That
fight.
he wasn't just in his face like he was in the first fight. Plus, Sugar had made it where he had wanted him back in that ring as soon as possible because he knew he was out partying and eating what he wanted and not being serious about his sport. So he spent the entire training camp just trying to lose the weight. That's it.
Hey, y'all be careful because Dario Duran, our good friend, might be watching this, so you don't want to
I don't give a damn because now you know her dad is the truth. Okay, Durant after he came back from that fight, went up some divisions, won some more titles. I mean, he was just a beast overall. When you look at his whole overall career, yes, and then just the motivation and the motivation to come back after people are saying, you know, every time they see you, they're thinking about no mas, like just that heart.
Then if they really think that, then they're not real boxing fans.
Yeah,
because that man had a heck of a career, one of the best lightweights and one of the best fighters that ever lived. So he, in my opinion, top 10 of all time. If you truly study his career.
Yeah, I would actually put him in the top 5 just because the range, you know, all them divisions.
Hey, Chris, just think about it right now. Fury and Wilder is the biggest fight of the year, the knockout of the year. It's got all that going right now, man, because ain't nothing else happened.
Well, that's not
ain't good, man. That ain't good. I'm pretty sure it would change coming around, hopefully about November time frame.
Yeah.
Fury's the fighter of the year so far.
Man, that would be that's not good for that fight to be out there as the only fight noteworthy fight of the year.
And they got it out just in time. Look how they made it just in time. They made that fight.
Yeah. Right after that same weekend, matter of fact, wasn't it? Or the weekend after that is when things started getting shut down. Because we were going to go to the DC fight or the New York fight with Shakur.
And
Kirkland was in DC. Yeah. We wanted to see Justin DeLoach. He was on the undercard. I really like him too.
Oh, somebody got a question for you, Chris. Oh, that's Dale. He said, "Hey, this question for where it went. This question for Chris. Why is it Iran Barkley is not mentioned in the Fabulous Four? He did beat Hearns twice."
Iran
Barkley.
I know who Iran Barkley is.
Ain't it weird how Duran whooped him, but Hearns beat Duran? That's that.
But see, I have my own thing why another fighter during that particular time was not mentioned of the Fab Four or starting 5. People forget about Wilfred Benitez.
Oh yeah,
you know he did beat Duran.
Yeah,
you know, and that was a bad joker.
I think that's not. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
And he's forgot about amongst those greats. I'm like, did y'all forget about him?
I think Barkley just didn't capture the imagination. A lot of people can't really remember no memorable fights that he really won, man. I mean, he was a good fighter, but he didn't, he just didn't capture that same imagination like Leonard and Hearns, man. You know, even though he didn't have that star quality to me. I mean, he was a champion, but I just didn't.
I give him that. I think he was a champion. What 2 weight classes? I mean, middleweight, super middleweight.
I'm always mad at him, man, because Hearns was my favorite fighter, and Hearns lost to him, and I couldn't understand how Hearns lost to him. Chris.
Sometimes somebody has your number.
I never understand.
I mean, obviously Hearns is known to have a better career than Barkley, but it be that way sometimes, man.
Barkley was a good fighter, but he's just, I don't know. I can't really remember too many of his good wins, Chris, to be honest.
Because the 2 fights, when I think about Iran Barkley, I hate to say it, but the 2 fights that popped in my mind, the ones that came up short in, was the Roberto Duran fight, which was a great fight, actually.
He lost that.
I mean, excellent fight. And the James Toney one, where James Toney put on the clinic.
Right.
So,
right. So he's
the blade
number. I don't know, man.
We got more things. We got more people. Sugar Ray took Duran to school. No mas. Jail says, oh, he already asked that question. Alex says, when I was a fighter, I loved all the shit talkers. All they did was hype me up. Shit talkers and haters. That's free advertising. So they can keep my name in their mouth. Okay, I like it. Shoot. Yeah, that is free advertising.
Duran, I can't remember. Somebody was leaving a comment about Duran fighting William Jaffe. Did Duran beat Jaffe? You remember, Chris? Somebody left a comment.
I remember that. Duran was way past it then, though.
in 88. I had no
98.
Oh, 98.
Here,
Remember William Jobby fought Tito Trinidad and Bernard Hopkins.
Trinidad beat Joffrey, I remember
Yeah,
bad.
he sure did. Madison Square Garden.
it says, I recently discovered on YouTube that Duran fought William Jobby in 98. I had no clue that fight ever took place until I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that fight, to be honest.
Thanks for that, Rob. That's a good one.
Yeah. Did Duran beat Joffrey? You know,
I
Chris?
don't think so.
Wow. Joffrey was in that accident. I remember he had the halo on like Vinny Pazienza. I remember he broke something.
He probably broke his neck.
Yeah.
Do you think when Rougarou has that rematch with Josh Taylor, do you think he can get his titles back? That was an exciting
Yeah, it was a close fight. That fight could have went either way.
fight.
Because I believe it was a majority decision.
Right. Yes, he did.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I think he could get it back now because he sees some of his slip-ups and his mistakes now, and he haven't even really watched the video. But do you remember, I mean, just by him saying, I haven't watched the video yet, what's up with these boxers that don't want to watch these videos?
Well, it's just like they may not want to see any mistakes that they made. It's just like for me.
To see.
That's why they have the trainers to do that. Because their trainers can look at it from a different standpoint than the fighter. Because the fighter will always believe that he or she won. So the trainer can go back and say, no, we could have done this particular thing better. We can adjust, regroup, and give him the tools to work on the gym to adjust. But some people may have slight anxiety by looking at themselves.
Maybe that's what it is. Because I believe, like, for me, that fight was so close that it's like, why not watch yourself? Because if I know I lost or it wasn't even a close decision, then yeah, it's like I don't even need to watch that. I fucked up. But if it's really close and I almost won this fight and it was won by a decision, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I'm like, wait a minute, I can go back and really find some things and learn my opponent's flaws too. And that fight was like what, 2019, mid 2019?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that
8 months ago, 9 months ago.
Enough ago. We're in quarantine, we're shut down. Why not watch that fight?
Well, Chris, don't you think fighters like Mike Tyson, you know, he used to always watch a lot of tapes and study fights. I kind of like that, man, when I hear a fighter, especially a young fighter, say, well, I watch the greats and study. And then you hear some fighters say, oh, I don't look at no tape.
Well, the fighters that say they don't look at no tape is not doing themselves a service to themselves or their career. They're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
We always says, iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. For you to be great, you have to know what great is.
Right.
See, that's why Ali can lean on Ray Robinson. That's why Ray Leonard can lean on Ali. That's why Roy Jones can lean on Ray Leonard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to know what they did to become great. It's not because what's put on TV right now is, as long as I'm undefeated, I got all this money, I can be great. You'll know the hard work that goes behind that, the sacrifices. Because you see a fighter in the ring doesn't mean he's not injured.
Right.
So that's another misconception. So
that's true.
So you have to. It's just frustrating. Like, for example, I'll take the previous president. All right. You have to see the line of where they come from or where we came from to get to this particular point.
Right.
So when the kids that was born in, let's say, 2014, when President Obama got in office, was it
2008?
2008. Okay, think about the kids that were born in 2008. They think what they see as a black president is normal. They don't know no other.
Right.
So somebody at home got to teach them the sacrifices that have transpired over the last 400 years to get to this particular point. Or even a female running for president. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll get there. It's just you have to study the greats to become great. And Tyson, that would make Tyson great as well because he went back and studied people like Jack Dempsey. He went back and studied people like Sonny Liston. You know, the scowl, the intimidation. You know,
right.
And he went in there. So by the time the fighter got into the ring, the fighters are mentally beaten.
Yeah,
so the fighters that were not scared of Tyson,
mm-hmm.
you know, they actually did very well against him. So, and Tyson took a little bit of, people think Tyson was a brawler. Tyson was a technical fighter that can actually have punching power.
Right.
The head movement, slipping, coming with the jab, coming to the body. When he was with Kevin Rooney and Teddy Atlas and Custom Model, he was a technical fighter. When he left them and other individuals came into play, he didn't train as well. So, and Tyson, I think, is probably one of the top 5 brilliant boxing minds as far as boxers who actually they know the history.
Yeah.
He could hold his conversation with anybody. That's why I was so shocked. You know, I understand what the controversy about him, about whether he did it, he didn't do it. But why did HBO or Showtime to pick him up? He made HBO or Showtime a lot of money.
Yeah.
And why not use him as a color commentator?
Yeah,
that's my take on that.
T. Mason says, we always have Sean watch his fights. I think all fighters should.
Hey, Chris, I feel the same way with the music game, man. Like a lot of these young rappers, they don't even want to listen to the great rappers before them, man. And you know what I'm saying? They don't even study they don't even study the tradition of rap, the forefathers of rap. And I think that's why rap is such in bad shape right now, man.
Well, not only that, I mean, you still have your lyricists out there, but nobody's not spitting anything. So you got this big machine that's pushing out
garbage.
Thank you. And they basically telling the people what's hot right now, what's good. No. So you have this big old money machine that's pushing, you know, once again, it's no knock on these individuals. All right. It just they up front right now. Well, let's be real. Take somebody like Drake. Would Drake be happening, you know what I'm saying, back in the 90s and 80s? No.
And Drake is actually one of the ones that actually heard good music when he was growing up.
But I'm not knocking him, but what I'm saying is it just the quality is not there anymore.
Caliber, you know what I'm saying? It's like the caliber, most of these rappers, they never was introduced to even, you know, like a generation back with Earth, Wind, and Fire and, you know, things like that. Like, so, you know, at least with Drake, he actually he said that his records and things like that, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna be the best artist. But that's why he's killing all these other people, because he at least got that. You know what I'm saying? He's not.
Plus, you got Young Money behind you too.
Yeah, but at first he didn't. These guys now they breaking themselves on the YouTube and things like that before they're even picked up. You know.
It seemed like when after Biggie and Pac died, Chris, like the bar just dropped. Man,
in fact, that was probably. I mean, I love me some Biggie and Pac, man, but it seemed like after he passed, Master P in New Orleans came up. Think about during that time. I'm like, what is this?
Right.
I understand
that used to irk the crap. That used to irk me. But I respect Master P's business acumen. I do. But
does anybody remember Art Kelly's jazz rendition of the national anthem during Taylor Hopkins 2? And that was in 2005.
That was
dang. Somebody went.
And he wasn't invited ever since. They had people in the ring two-stepping. You remember? And you got Michael Buffer. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I didn't like it when Jay-Z tried to do it with Rock Nation when they tried to come back with the Andre Ward fights at this last go around. I didn't like it when the rapper, remember they had Fabulous rapping or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is this?
The Rock Nation cards.
Trying to put the music back in there, but it's like it wasn't the same. And then Alex says Camacho versus Duran was a good fight.
Camacho won that fight.
Yeah, Camacho won that fight.
That's what made Sugar Ray Leonard thought Duran. I don't know. Sugar Ray Leonard thought Duran won, and that's what made Sugar Ray want to fight Camacho, I think.
We missing some people. Chris?
What's up?
Chris? Oh, he didn't hear you, baby.
What?
What you just said.
No, I was saying because I think Sugar Ray Leonard wanted to fight Camacho because I remember him saying one time he told Camacho, he said, you got a gift. He actually thought Duran won that fight. And that kind of motivated Ray Leonard to come out of retirement and fight Camacho.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he shouldn't have.
You know, I was still
Damon
shocked.
Gonzalez. Yeah, I see Damon on here, baby.
Yeah, Damon.
Yeah, Latin sports.
What's up, Damon?
Yeah, T. Mason, good look. He should watch a few bouts from Pernell
Pernell
Whitaker. Oh, yes, I agree. 100.
But it's only one Pernell, though.
Yeah, we got Evander Lamar watching. What's up, Evander? What's he doing tonight? And then she says, T. Mason says, Damon, okay, I'll tell him. Thank you.
Alex.
Clarence says, these young rappers are trash.
That's what Clarence says.
T. Mason says, I concur. And then Robert comes back with, will there be another Roy Jones? Probably not. Stop Virgil Hill with a body shot. See, y'all must have forgot.
I ain't forget about that body shot.
No, I ain't forget about Roy.
I remember Virgil Hill holding his side on the ground, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that. Somebody, he said, y'all hit, Alex said, y'all hit the nail on the head. Once Biggie and Tupac passed, rap has not been the same. But my main dude is Jay-Z.
Okay. We got Maitland. She says, you will never know where you're going if you don't know where you came from.
Yeah.
There you go.
That goes for everything.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Then Clarence says, Dougie Fresh, Big Daddy Kane is who I listen to.
Right.
Rob says, it was hard watching Sugar Ray take the beating he did against Camacho.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, man. Alex says, oh, you already read that when you hit the nail on the head. And then Clarence said, yes, it made me sick. Boy, our fans are just hanging in here tonight. I'm loving all this feedback you guys are giving us. Boxing Playhouse Cadets, baby.
I got something I want to ask Chris before we go, Chris. Chris, if Roy Jones had retired after he beat John Ruiz, or maybe the first Tarver fight, you think he would have been listed at the top 5 in the top 5 as one of the best of all time?
I think he might have been considered. I think he would have took Ray Robinson's seat.
Whoa.
I truly, really feel that way.
That's deep.
You think he could have even fought Tarver that first fight and still?
Even if he beat Tarver, he beat Tarver the first fight.
Right.
But if he retired after the first fight with Tarver, I think he'd have took Ray Robinson's seat.
Dang.
Seriously.
Out of the top 5.
Because he was like Superman at that time.
He'd have took number 1 of all time in my book. In my book, he's on the Mount Rushmore. I'm serious, of all time.
He just hung around too long, huh?
Like everybody else does. See, and this is what I get upset with people if they try to discredit Roy. I mean, I know it's been like almost 16 years, before Roy wasn't in his prime anymore. I said, but you can't erase history. Just like Ray Robinson has 19 unprofessional losses, but he's still considered as the GOAT.
Right.
I mean, I look at the guy, totality of his work, what did he do? And I take that piece, I'm like, you can't erase what he did. I mean, in the 90s, Roy dominated.
Yeah, he put Florida.
And he dominated in the same decade that Floyd Mayweather was champion in. People forgot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Roy was so ahead above everybody else. And not discrediting, because we had a lot of great fighters in the 90s. I mean, tons of great fighters. But Roy was so far ahead of everybody else, it wasn't a contest. He was doing things that wasn't normal. I'm talking about he's playing basketball games and then, you know what I'm saying? You defending your own title. I mean, you putting your hands behind your back and you whip and drop dude.
Then he would come to the ring and rap his own music.
Don't forget basketball before the fight.
The
basketball. Just wow. He really put Florida on the map with boxing too. Like,
oh yes, I mean, he's the greatest that ever came out of the state of Florida.
Yeah, nobody was thinking about boxing in Florida, like not on that level at that time.
I got one more thing I want to ask you, Chris.
What's up, boss?
Yeah.
Well, let's answer these questions here first. We got some people chiming in.
Oh, okay.
So Alex says, I don't remember, but did Camacho get on the Hall of Fame? The International Hall of Fame?
Not the international one. The Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, he got inducted, but not the national one.
Okay. And then Tyson versus Jones was my dream match, Clarence says.
Came close.
Almost happened?
It almost happened. All he had to do was beat Tarver.
I feel like Camacho should be in that Hall of Fame. I ain't know if he was in there or not, Chris.
No, not he's in the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. He ain't made the International Boxing Hall of Fame yet.
Wow. I'm surprised, being that he passed away and everything.
Well, they don't guarantee you get in.
Well, no.
Certain requirements.
Yeah, I know, but now they done dropped it down, so you don't have to wait 5 years and all that. And then on top of it, I was just thinking that they would have honored him in some type of way.
Yeah.
And that he had that, tragic death. Then we got Roy's hands behind the back KO of Glenn Kelly. Nuff said.
Yeah. that was Max Parker was the referee for that fight on that night.
Hollywood. That was some Hollywood action right there with them hands.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Wow.
And then Roy was also in The Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah, Roy
yes,
was.
Roy
was. Man.
Shout out to
But not only that, I've never seen nobody throw 6-7 left hooks consecutively like that and that quick.
Oh man.
I mean,
Roy was sponsored by Jordan. Remember, he was wearing the Jordans.
Yes.
The big Jordan sign in the ring.
Wow.
Yep. I think he's the first one to wear Jordans in the ring.
Right.
The boxing shoes.
Yeah, Roy was. Hey, Chris, one more comment, man. Recently Devin Haney made some comments that Bernard Hopkins made a few years ago, man. What you feel about that?
He's trying to look away like,
when you said his name.
I'm glad Roy didn't say them comments.
Well, first off, I mean, not excusing what he said. I mean, he said what he said. It is what it is. But he got to realize that you can't take words back. You can ask for forgiveness. You can apologize. But you have to understand when you're in that ring, you may have somebody that heard your comments. Judges, referees, they got ears. I'm not saying they would do him that way, if you go get my drift. But if it's a close round, I'm not saying they may give it to you, may not give it to you, but you gotta be careful what you say. Because I remember somebody made a comment a long time ago saying that Rocky Marciano can't hold my jockstrap.
Ooh.
We know how that turned out.
Yeah. Certain things you gotta leave alone.
Right.
So Maitland has a question for us. She says, do you feel like when boxers start to cross the lane from the ring to the screen, they start to lose it? Do they start losing their mojo in that ring when they try to cross over and do that acting and all this?
Well, if they getting that acting money, I'm telling you, it's kind of hard to stay hungry when you eating filet mignon every night. You understand?
Yeah,
now, when you still eating that Spam and that Vienna sausage, you can still grind so you hungry.
Yeah, that's true. And then Robert says 60-40. I'll kick your ass, Roy Jones Jr.
He said it B-Hop. I remember that one.
Dang, Chris, you good at this. Okay, we got Clarence. He says, Chris, you looking forward to getting back to work, or are you enjoying your time out?
I'm telling you right now, if my boss called me tonight and say, Chris, I need you in West Palm Beach, I'm going with my mask on. Promise you.
Speaking of that, I just saw Tim Shipman signing on and being live for a minute. What's up, Tim? We love us some Tim now.
Mm-hmm.
Shipman. Okay. And I hope he uses our replay feature again, because he used our replay in the last fight, and I really liked the fact that he was willing to go look at the footage to see whether a trainer was actually telling the truth or not. So
Clarence made a comment that
shout out to the replay.
Clarence the comment went up, but he made a comment that I said not too long ago. White boys are different today.
Where is that at?
Right there.
Oh, okay. White boys are different today. Well, of course we
Chris,
know that. And he laughing.
Just remember back in the day, man, back in the 70s, you used to could say your hard black talk, man, to scare white guys. Remember, you used to just act black, rough, man, and they would get scared, man. But nowadays, white boys, man, they in the MMA and all kind of stuff. They choke the shit out you, man. They're the same white boys back in the 70s. They listen to different music, man. Their whole vibe is different. They ain't the same white boys.
He is on this so bad. Like he
is.
Like these MMA fighters that kick your ass, the daggone Russians, you know, to provoke the cost of the world. Like you don't want to be in the ring with them. Like you can hit them a million times, they ain't going no damn where. Like you,
shit, look at Caleb Plant.
Well, that's like damn. Like you don't want to mess with him.
They different.
Yeah, that's true.
They ain't like they used to be.
Speaking of which, did you guys see that Provolnikov is trying to come back?
Oh man, yeah, I hear that.
I want to know what weight class he's planning on returning to, because he wasn't.
He fought what in 5 years?
Yes. And all of a sudden he just fell off. Like, I don't even know what happened that made him like, I mean, he had some back-to-back losses, but they were all like action-packed fights, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't feel like Bradley won that fight with him. They felt like he was doing the harder punches the entire fight. So
hey, Chris Dale, responding to your comment, man, about that jockstrap career assassination for Larry Holmes.
Yep.
For reference.
Yeah.
Robert says Martin Lawrence versus Tommy Hearns.
Yes, I love that episode. The after effect. Head swollen like this.
Oh my God, they had him with all kinds of head. Oh my God.
He had them Flintstone knots on his head.
Yeah, he did, man.
Not to mention the ears. Lord. Okay, so Alex says, I can believe that Roy Jones and his dad are still in mad terms. One of them have to put their ego behind and make up. Like he can't believe after all these years, Roy Jones and his dad. Somebody fill me in on the dad versus Roy situation. What happened?
Well, Roy Jones' dad was a military, Army, of course, and his dad was a very tough disciplinarian, and he treated his son in such a way that he was tough on him. Make sure he trains and all that type of stuff. Well, as you know, he raised dogs, and I guess one of the dogs supposedly maybe bit one of the family members, and the father shot the dog. And Roy loves dogs. I think from that day on, it just has been a wedge between him and his father, because you're not for the. We grew up, you know what I'm saying. We got spankings back in the day,
right?
But when you get older, you're 16 years old. You're like, it ain't happening no more.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and even though Roy became a man, his dad still tried to treat him like he was a child.
Right.
So, I mean, Roy always gave his dad props as far as getting him from point A to point B, that yes, he is a great trainer. But that's something I wish that if they could sit down and meet. But sometimes the wounds are so deep. You know, I'm not in Roy's shoes. I wish that they could reconcile, not just for yourself, but you have kids and your kids are now grown. So it just for the sake of the family, because you want your grandkids, your father have a relationship with your kids. So once again, I'm not speaking of his household. Y'all do what y'all do, but we just wish that them two can reconcile. But if not, then it is what it is.
Wow, we gotta answer this question. Go ahead, baby.
They tried to make amends over the years a few times.
If you remember, he brought his daddy back in the 2005 October fight with Tarver 3.
Right.
And his dad was in his corner.
That was the fight in Tampa. I went to that fight.
Yeah, I was there.
You was there too?
Yes, I was seeing 11 rows from the ring.
Wow.
Diehards. We got
Yes, you know.
we got Wild. I think I'm naming his name right. Rauld Dahamana.
Rayad
Hamani
Mani.
says, why Americans are so strong in boxing?
I'll let Chris tell him that.
Oh man, bro, you can go deep with that. I mean, because technically it started in Britain, so the UK. But once it got over here to New York, and it just spread like wildfire, and we do have like some very strong boxers, and you know, like Britons, they love them some Mike Tyson and you know some other fighters. That they like really that are American that they really follow, like they really love. So
I don't know what he's asking.
He's asking why are American boxers so strong in the sport? So like, what do you think we have as an edge over some other fights, other boxers? I mean, from other parts of the world.
Let's forget about the last 10, 15 years. Okay. No, seriously, because this is a very complex question you ask, and the answer I'm going to give you is going to be more complex. See, back in the day, when USA boxing was strong, you had a strong amateur program. Okay. And during the amateurs, you had teachers, not trainers. You had teachers. Okay. So back in the day, you was able to follow that boxer, your favorite boxer, because it was shown on TV. It was being pushed. Because a lot of the people that come into boxing, they go into boxing to improve their way of living. They come from a certain background. Right. You know, sometimes impoverished, sometimes from the ghetto, sometimes from whatever. So in the process, they are hungry. And if you look back maybe in the 50s and so forth, we've won a gold medal every darn time. So now is with these that's why I say through the last 15 years. And back in the day, the Russians fell off. And they come back. Eastern Europeans that came back. Now they have a strong amateur program. The Cubans have a strong amateur program. You see, so if you ever talk about, oh, he's a Cuban boxer, you already know. You already know he got the on the job training. Mm-hmm. So when you see a lot of your Cubans, we call them professional amateurs. A lot of them have maybe 200, 300 fights on their ledger. So when they finally do turn professional, you already know what time it is. Heck, you don't believe? Look at Rigondeaux. Look at Lomachenko. See what I'm saying? They're very, very well polished. So you don't really see too many. Who's your last male American gold medalist? You gotta think back. Andre Ward, probably.
Yes, Andre Ward. Well, it's Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa Shields right now.
The female, but then it's Andre Ward.
Wow. And we never had to go this long without meddling. So I think as far as the Americans, I don't think we're as strong as we used to be. At the same time, we do put our stuff on TV, on live streaming and everything else. But once again, I'm speaking from a fan standpoint. Because back in the day, before Ray Leonard turned professional, we knew who Ray Leonard was. Before Oscar De La Hoya turned professional, we knew who Oscar De La Hoya was. We had to follow it. Mm-hmm. Now these guys have been thinking about who's that guy? Who's that person? Well, it's no dog. It's just sometimes we don't homegrown from the bottom anymore. And I think USA Boxing is doing a good job, but it just for some reason it's not the same. And I just go back to the teachers. Because we go back and think about Gil Clancy, you go back and think about Yank Durham, Eddie Futch, Lou Duva, these are, I'm just naming ones that are more better known, Jimmy Williams. But everybody else wants to do pad work. They want to look cute. I don't, once again, this is just my personal opinion, it's from what I see. So I may have a different opinion about it. But I don't think we're as strong as we could be. So now That's why you saw a humongous rise back in, I want to say, in 2004, 2005, and more in the Eastern Europeans or even Russians as far as being in pedigree, because it's not like they used to be very stiff, very robotic.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that no more.
Oh.
No, they're adapting to
They're adapting. They just moved it. Like Lomachenko, if you just had a silhouette and you didn't know what he looks like, you thought he was a brother. Seriously, I'm not being funny, but just his style, he adapts. Dude, that guy got skill for days.
Yeah.
That's funny though, because I mean the question really is about the strength. I guess, like, if you think about it, I don't know what country, I'm not going to assume what country he's from, but if you think about the country that he's from versus the U.S., yeah, we still look like we have a strong boxing culture here. So for me, I would just say, I think for the American boxers that's in it now, like they got that street mentality in them still, like a little bit, versus, you know, the British boxers or the UK, or the Russian boxers. There's, you know, we have people that are elevated as far as boxing. They have charisma, or they talk a good game, or they got some extra something about them that makes the engine want to, you know, drive that product. So I think for, like, you know, someone from a country like a Muslim-based country, you know, or like a Romania or somewhere like that, they're looking at it like, wow, these people are like into their boxing, and their boxers seem like they got a lot of power. You know, a lot of black boxers in particular, they feel like, you know, dang, he's powerful, he's skilled, he's agile. So, like, you know, they're looking at it like, what is it about their programs that make boxers so, you know, so strong? And I think a big thing is that they start really, most of them start really young.
Yeah.
So it takes a long time. You got somebody like Sean Mason. He told us that he started fighting when he was like 6, I believe he said. So, you know, when you got people coming up the ranks and they've been fighting all that time, it's like second nature to them. So now I can shit talk to you. And I can also do this. I can do this while I'm beating your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a whole skill set that they are developing all those years. So I think that's one thing that helps.
Not only that, you got to take into consideration as well the strength and conditioning program. You know, things have changed over the years from where it is now, how it was 20 years ago. So boxers are fighting even longer.
Little in a
the
more
normal at 34, 35 years old, time to sit down.
Right.
You got boxers now fighting up to their 40s.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've been watching that TB12 or whatever's going on, but
like Floyd, that's, you know, they have a long career, but they not really getting a lot of damage. Whereas a previous decades, people were getting some damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they fought a lot more. So you know, a lot more times during the year. So you looking at, you know, and longer rounds back then, like it all
rounds and less padding in the gloves.
Oh, there you go. Bam.
See?
Yeah, that's like a big deal. To me, if we wanted to have a super champ, I'm gonna give you 4 fighters you can put together to make a super champ. Somebody that you think would be able to be the next, not the next Ali, because there's nothing that's ever gonna be an Ali, but Ali-esque. Who would those 4 boxers be? Baby, you too. Guys, you can answer as well. Who would make a super champ if you could put 4 fighters together that could lead our boxing culture into the next decade? Who would you have as that 4?
You're talking about who's current right now?
No, it could be any generation, anything, but you want a fighter. You want the fighter to be able to make it now. That's the only thing that's current. You can take a current fighter and you can take some older fighters, but you got 4 that you can use to make a super fighter boxer.
Oh, take the attributes of these 4 fighters and make them to one.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they would be able to, you know, basically pull a lot more boxing fans back into the sport and all of that. And excuse my voice tonight. I've been having like the sore throat for like a week now. I'm going to see what you guys have to say. Okay. First of all, Clarence, he wants to thank Chris for filling him in on the Roy Jones and his father situation. He said he never knew what really happened. And then Clarence says Floyd Jr. and Floyd, well, Floyd is not a junior, but Floyd Sr. and Floyd Mayweather had their issues as well. True, but I'm glad they worked it out. Now they're like inseparable with the ring. And he stopped getting hit once Floyd Sr. came into the picture. And then we got Maitland. She says, like Sophia said, been fighting all my life. That's why we was so great. Clarence says, what type of question is that? I said, I like the question. He's talking about the one about a strong boxer. And then Clarence says, Chris, you sound like a promoter.
No, negative.
No, mine, huh? Alex says, do you guys know Nilsa Rodriguez, female from New York? She holds the record with the most Golden Glove championships. She, championships. She won 16 times. Very great fighter, but she is not interested in turning pro. What? Well, it's like, who is she gonna fight when she turns pro? She gonna be like Clarissa, where she's like doesn't have a dance partner, you know? Like, how is she gonna decide to compete in that manner? Especially when you got people out here that's female boxers that's 7-time world champions and 5-time world champions like Chevelle Hallback, and they get no attention whatsoever when they like are seriously should be in the Hall of Fames and having just as much accolades as their male counterparts. So why would she want to go pro at this point in this career atmosphere? Hey, Tanisha, that's my girl from my class, 1993 class. What's up, girl? Maitland, Nisa is really good. And then Clarence says, I am from New York and I never heard of her. I need to look her up. Okay. Dale says the boxing program in the United States have declined. The PAL Boys and Girls Club have all but disappeared. And if you do get a gym, you have to pay $250 regular, etc., etc. It because a financial burden. It's such a financial burden. Maitland says, are you mixing female and males? Okay, what you got? I bought you some time.
Thank you, because I need that time. I was torn with 5. I'm going to have to try to eliminate.
Okay, we'll go with 5. I'll give you that extra one.
All right. As far as the mind, as far as great fighters for thinking ability under pressure, I would have to say Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
When it comes to reflexes, I would have to go with Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Counterpunching ability, in the clutch, I'm going with James Toney. And when it comes to heart and determination, it was hard for me to split these two. I'm gonna have to ride with Joe Frazier and Evander Holyfield.
What about power?
Well, I'm not worried about too much about power. If I'm going with power, I'll probably go with Foreman or Shavers, but I'm not worried about power.
Well, I'm just saying, like you.
If I had to go with power, one punch.
Oh, that was the only one that was missing. I was looking forward to hearing.
Everybody consider about power, more consider about skill, because your greatest fighters were not that devastating one punch knockout artists. Correct. They can get you out of there, but as far as loading up in, but if I had to go with power, I'm going to Ernie Shavers.
Okay, ready, Emilio?
Yeah.
What makes you a super fighter, super boxer?
I like smart, like what Chris was saying. I like Muhammad Ali too, but I would probably go with Sugar Ray Leonard. I like Sugar Ray Leonard, man, and the power. It would have been between Tyson and Foreman. I would probably go with power. Man, I like the Latin appeal that Durant had, You know,
Yeah.
I like what Durant had. I would have to have Durant on that team.
That's
So
for
I would
that
say,
heart and determination.
yeah, Leonard,
Yeah.
Leonard Tyson, Durant, and oh man, that chin of Marvin Hagler.
What power?
I went with Tyson with the power.
Okay,
Leonard was skilled and smartness.
Yes, he would.
Durant just had that Latin appeal that I liked about Durant. He just had a lot of Latin culture, like him, Puerto Ricans.
We did say charisma. They needed to have charisma to take us into the next decade.
I like what Durant had going on.
Okay.
And Durant, Leonard, you know, Tyson. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, Will Hunter has his own list. He says Whitaker, Durant, Sugar Ray, and Mike Tyson is my fourth. Whitaker, Pernell got that defense down. But he also was offensive. People don't give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Durant, that's the heart determination. Then he says Sugar Ray, I guess that's the intelligence, and Mike Tyson.
Y'all almost had the same
Y'all almost had the same thing. Dale got his own list. Dale, what's up, man? You got Marvin Hagler, Tyson, Holyfield, and Arturo Gotti. I like that Arturo Gotti you threw in there now. You did that with that one now. I like that now. Yeah,
he sell tickets.
Yeah, he know how to put them butts in that seat. Okay, we got some more people here. Rashid says my skills are Miguel Cotto's heart. That's a good one. Miguel fought them all. Ali's speed. Okay. Roy Jones' accuracy. And Tyson's power. I'm liking all of these. All of these are good. We're making a super fighter. Okay, we're making a super fight.
That's right.
That's a super boxer. But you know what? I think we're still missing a little bit more charisma. Like we need to throw somebody that's got a lot of charisma on everybody's list. Who it's got the charisma, but Ali. I mean, he just hands down, he made other people just shameful. You know what I'm saying? Like who it couldn't even compete with the type of charisma he was throwing out on people. I mean, the women couldn't resist him. First of all, the ladies
couldn't resist him.
Yeah, I mean, for real, he'll talk shit to you and then hug you afterwards, and you will love it. He had the reporters, he had them like going crazy, like, I can't believe you disrespecting me like this. Ali, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like they laughing.
This ain't been another Ali, huh, Chris?
Then he had the charisma to go over to other countries and make them love him as well.
Yeah.
He had that.
And then the humanitarian efforts. The humanitarian
true world champion.
Yes.
The people's champion.
The people's champion. So I have to throw him on everybody's list. So for the charisma part, because we need such super champ for 2020. You know, this whole decade, 2020 to 2030. I wish there would just be somebody that just would emerge and just kick ass. Like, you know, I was so excited when Wilder and Fury's fights started taking place because I felt like, you know, with Wilder having the title too, it did bring and garner a lot more attention that we were missing as far as American fans. Mm-hmm. We got some people back with that. But then the only thing was when Wilder lost, then it seemed like you could just feel the you know, some like the disappointment in that for a lot of new fans coming back to the sport. Yeah. Because they were rooting for the American and they were rooting for the black champ. And when he lost the way he did in this last fight, I could see them getting elate, you know, just what's the word I'm looking for? Deflated in a way. I mean, because when we went, usually when we have our fight parties or something like that, you know, it's not like 10 people that's called and like, hey, y'all having that fight? Are you gonna see that fight? Like we had like 12 extra people with us that night for Wilder Fury that we don't normally see, that wanted to see that fight. And this was an older generation that came with us too. Like some were like, you know, they were family, but they weren't never like, I gotta see this fight. But then for that last fight, they had to see it. So we would have like had a little bit more fan interest right now if he had won that fight.
I think you may have lost a couple of fans, but I think we gained overall more fans because I think Wilder and Fury was great for boxing. I mean, Wilder in the beginning was not getting his respect that he deserved personally, because American fans want to see knockouts. That's what they want to see. I mean, when you think about knockouts, heavyweight champion, you think about Tyson, you think about Foreman, you think about Joe Louis, you think about they want knockouts.
Right.
Now, Wilder is charismatic, but Fury has charisma. Okay, because even after he won the world title, the whole world was singing with him. You understand? And while Fury is great at selling himself because he's not from here, but he's singing that great American song that everybody loves. So every time, even though you might be mad, not me, but you might be mad that he won, he's like, you can't hate this guy. And behind the scene, maybe people don't know this, Fury and Wilder are actually friends. They get along just fine. All right.
Right.
So it's no hatred, animosity. It's just competition. Okay.
Right.
So, but this is Fury's time. Happy for him. You know, he made it back to the top, and let's do it again.
Definitely. And we got Rashid. He says, who has the Superman curl? He had swag. Hector Macho. Yep.
I started to say Camacho too.
He had some swag. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the charisma that we was leading. Maitland says, I'm a go female. Okay, let's go this girlfriend now. Let's go female. She says, Ann Wolf, Layla Ali,
Okay.
Cecilia Brækhus,
Okay.
and Alicia Ashley. I don't know Alicia Ashley. I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't know. So you got me on that one, Maitland. But instead of Cecilia, people don't realize this, but Chevelle Hallback had her number. And if she hadn't have fought her in Germany, in Brækhus's turf, she would have won that fight. So I'm going to have to replace Brækhus with Chevelle Hallback. And then I'm going to round it out instead of Alicia, not because she might not be good enough, but because I'm not familiar with her enough. I'm going to switch her out and go with Christy Martin.
I was going to sit there.
Put women boxing on the map when it was like nothing. She stole the show from Tyson. Like, I mean, Tyson's fights were so short anyway, so that just like the end. But at the same time, she was ready to brawl. Christy could box. She could box. She could fight, and she wasn't scared to get hit. You know, I like Christy for that. So that would be my list: Ann Wolf, Layla Ali, Chevelle Hallback, and Christy Martin.
I'm cool with that list.
Yeah, let's see what Sharon got to say. She used to be into boxing. Go ahead, read what Sharon said.
Sharon said, I grew up on Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
What you know about Larry Holmes? Sugar Ray Leonard. and love boxing back then. Don't know that heavyweights will ever be what they were.
Wow. That's a decent statement. I mean, I can respect that. Will they be what they used to be? I say no, because they don't even fight enough to be what they used to be. And also the promotion is not the same. Even though you got some great heavyweights out here right now, they're only going to promote like the best three. Well, right now they're only promoting the best three. When it should be mixed up a whole lot more. I remember when I told Sharon that there was a heavyweight, American heavyweight, she didn't even know. And that's how a lot of people that was really into boxing back in the day, they have no idea what's going on now. That's how many fans we've dropped off and lost. But I think that has to do also with the premium channels moving in and taking over the sport for so many years. And then you had it where regular Americans that like that have the lower channel access wasn't seeing boxing. So that had a huge effect, more so than what people realize.
Yep, you hit nail on the head on that one. Because back in the day, if you didn't watch ABC Wild World of Sports or Tuesday Night Fights, you know, you saw it. It was no pay-per-view. You didn't made boxing almost like a niche that only hardcore fans is going to purchase. So back in the day when you were the heavyweight champion of the world, you were the strongest, basically the strongest man. The average fan, matter of fact, you don't have to be a fan of boxing, but you knew who Mike Tyson was.
Right.
You knew who Muhammad Ali was. You had to be a fan of the sport, but you knew who the individuals were. You actually average Samoa Joe out there, saying who the heavyweight champion of the world, may give you that look.
That's what we talked about last week, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we talked about it was a time when everybody knew who the heavyweight champion was. Now you ask somebody, and like you say, they don't know who the hell. They might say Lennox Lewis or something.
I mean, those Klitschko years, they were great for European boxing, but those Klitschko years really dried up our heavyweight fan base. I mean, because they had the titles, the two brothers had the titles, and they were just taking all the titles from all these different other players, and it's just like there was never an American title holder for too long.
Was our good heavyweights, were they going to different sports, Chris? What do you think it was during that Klitschko era? You think?
I mean, they were so much bigger and taller than everybody else. It's like that. It took a while for other boxers to be like, well, wait a minute, I'm tall like that. Not, I don't have this. The heavyweights from other eras, they just look totally different.
Well, the heavyweights from other eras were not, the prominent ones were not that big. Ali was considered huge. Ali was 6'3". George Foreman was 6'4". So they were considered big heavyweights. So when I got heavyweights at 6'7", 6'8", or even 7 feet, I'm like, you gonna be playing basketball. I'll be defensive end somewhere. I mean, so when I have a guy that size, that ripped, and you 6'7", 245 pounds of muscle, and I'm only 6'1", 6 foot. It's gonna be kind of hard to get in. And when I do get in, what do? You just hold me
and lean on me. Yeah, you go.
Break and keep it moving. So it used to be very, very dull. Like every heavyweight era has ups, peaks and flows, has ups and downs. And I think right now with the state of boxing, I think we're on the incline. I really do. Because for a long time we was in the valley. Because when Lennox Lewis was on top, boxing was thriving. Like even in the 80s, even though we had the ABC belts switching hands, you still have some great fighters out there. With Tim Witherspoon and Ray Mercer and Holyfield and all that. You had a Greg Page, Bigfoot Martin. You had some England Thomas, Tony TNT Tucker. Tony Tubb. Yeah, you had a plethora of good heavyweights. And Michael Dokes. Don't even forget about Michael Dokes. So, and even the ones that didn't win titles, like your Burt Cooper and maybe your for a little bit later, Alex Stewart. You had a good plethora of good quality heavyweights.
We got to continue this for a minute, Chris. I want to make sure I get everybody's top 4 or 5. They want to build a fighter for the 2020 decade. We got Clarence. He says Floyd, Tyson, Roy, Cotto, and Foreman. Damn, that's a damn super fighter for real. Now I'll give you that. I mean, because you can use Roy and Floyd for some charisma, Cotto for the heart and determination, Floyd for the defense, Tyson and Foreman with the power. Are we missing anything from that list? Who's the thinker in that bunch? I guess Floyd would have to be the thinker too. She have to do the mental warfare on you.
No, but Floyd had great mental stamina. And that's an attribute that don't get equated. He's always on point as far as he don't have a lapse in mental. There's no gap. Certain people, when they're reading or watching TV, their mind may lapse over. With him, he don't blink. Right. If you watch him fight, even when you throw a punch at him, he don't blink. and he always knows what's going on.
He figures you out that way too, because you've already, by the end of the fight, you know, the second half of the fight, you might have. I take his fight with what's his name? Short, had the brain injury.
Zab Judah,
yes.
Zab Judah's
his problem was always that he'll lose concentration sometime in that fight. I feel like that was his Achilles heel, really, in all of his fights, really. But he would figure you out while you done lost concentration or whatever it may be. You're tired. Floyd is still thinking, okay, I can go around him this way. What's the clock say? I can do this in this amount of time. I mean, he even knew how to bring you back around to his side of the ring when the bell rings, so he don't got to walk all the way back. He got your ass on his side. You know what I'm saying?
What people don't realize,
yes.
Not saying that Chris got a blueprint for Floyd, but when Floyd goes into the ring, he has about 3 or 4 different tools that he can use, or even more. There's a plan A, B, or C, or D. Most fighters going with the plan A. Now, when your plan A don't work, I've seen it many times. Floyd will adjust. Yeah. You know, he'll go from, okay, I'm gonna move around, do the shoulder roll. All of a sudden he'll stop and walk you down. All of a sudden he becomes the big man. He becomes the quote unquote puncher. And you wasn't prepared for that.
Getting aggressive.
So I've seen many times where he will sit there and make adjustments. And then if you don't adjust to what he's trying to adjust, you're in trouble.
I used to love it when he'll, like, for one or two times in the round, he'll just, like, you know, he'll put a jab out there to your stomach, and then he'll just recoil and go back into the shoulder roll. Yeah. But in that third time, you think he's finna recoil and do the shoulder roll, and the next thing you know, it's like, you know, hit you with the left hook, you know what I'm saying? And you like, where the fuck that came from? So just masterful. Some people are, you know, it's just special. Okay, Rashid says maybe we need a female fighter to bring the attention back to boxing. We got several as is, and something's not working right. Okay, we got to respect Wilder for working on his craft, says Rashid. And then Clarence says his list. Let's go to his list. Where's Clarence's? He says Poison Jr.
Junior Jones.
Okay, Junior Jones, Terry Norris.
Terry Norris.
Okay,
yes.
Lennox Lewis and Tommy Morrison. What y'all think about that one?
At 154 pounds, man, Terry Norris was a beast. Trust me. Go look up his fight films from the mid-90s.
You said?
Terry Norris.
Tommy Morrison had good power in that left hook.
Yeah, he had left hook.
Yeah, he has some power.
What's this first one he's saying here?
Junior Jones. Remember Poison Jones?
Yeah. Wow, somebody brought it back. That was a humongous fan of Junior Jones. Then you had Lennox.
He said Riddick Bowe 2. So that's Rashid. He says Riddick Bowe 2. Maitland says, I agree with you on Martin. And then Clarence says Terry Norris was, he meant to spell Terry Norris. Okay, y'all got me in here chatting that 90s HBO boxing music. Okay, Rashid, yeah, he hear that boxing music. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. All right, so we almost through. So Sharon says she's gonna Google the heavyweight champion because I need Boxing PlayHouse for my history lesson. That's Deontay Wilder, but he just lost his title, so it's now Tyson Fury. And Anthony Joshua is another heavyweight. Then we got Andy Ruiz, Dominic Brazil.
Don't forget about Luis Ortiz. Don't forget about Mana.
Okay, he's up there for me now. He's the boogeyman of the heavyweights.
Oh, Luis Ortiz.
Yes. I was finna say him. Dillian White.
Yeah.
Up and coming.
Chisora.
Daniel Dubois.
Usyk. Usyk.
So we got the talent in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, we know more than 5 names now, so it's getting heated up for sure.
Juggernaut, Big Baby.
Yeah, Juggernaut, Big Baby. Dale says Klitschko's were too big at the time. They were just too big for everybody else.
Hey, Chris, what do you think about as big as Primo Canero was? He just was no good heavyweight, huh?
It just sometimes you could have average skill, but if you're just so big, that somebody who's small who has better skill, sometimes it's very difficult.
Yeah.
You know, even though I might be better with my hands than Primo, but over a 15-round bout or how long, I may not make it.
Right.
So it be that way sometimes.
He was so big, man, but he didn't seem like he was that. He was getting
for the skill set at the particular time, the way they fought, you know, that was skill then. Now, if you take that same skill and try and put it today, because the game has evolved, has changed, then he'll be considered, you know, almost amateurish.
Right.
So, but at that time, even look at Jack Johnson, even though he was defensive with how he parried his punches, but would it work in today's? Some of the stuff he did back in the day would work today, but they would have figured him out.
Right.
So you have to just adjust. So how would an Ali would have fared at Jack Johnson at a particular time? Ali probably wouldn't have done other moving around, lateral, being on a bicycle. He'd probably adapt to everybody else been doing, staying right there, and we're gonna slug it out.
I think what you're mentioning now, it still fall into that category of, like, you know how people are like, well, Roy Jones should stop trying to train other people, because, you know, the thing is like, the person got skills and he sees talent in some of these boxers, but then he wants to train them as if they had the same type of skill level that he had, just natural talent that he had. And I don't think it translates well. Like, I think that's a problem for him when he tries to teach other people. Like, he takes for granted, like, ain't nobody gonna be able to, you know, go behind their back and just pop you with a nice jab like he did, you know? Like, they don't have that type of natural ability. So, like, I think that's a huge problem for him when he tries to train people. It don't translate.
Well, some people may feel that way, and I do understand. If the boxer knows, like Roy Jones, I'm pretty sure he already knows there's not gonna be another Roy Jones. Okay. And I think boxers will be foolish to try to pull some of the stunts. They pull some stunts, they better be far away from the fighter. But I think Roy does have a pretty good high IQ when it comes to game planning and what needs to be done as far as what the boxing needs to do. He'll translate his knowledge into what they need to do. Now, the people that he has trained, even Jean Pascal, he wasn't trying to be like Roy Jones. Just Roy just had to try to fine tune him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even Floyd Mayweather, I've seen he's trying to train. Floyd Mayweather got a brilliant mind. You don't get this far out knowing the sport, knowing the history. And not only that, Roger boxed, Jeff boxed, your daddy boxed. You have all that wealth of knowledge. Mm-hmm. And they were historians. Don't let Floyd fool you that he don't watch tape, watch film. He does. Okay, he'll tell the fans that, but I'll tell you right now, he does.
Watching everything.
You got to.
Everything.
You got to. So now, is there gonna be another Floyd Mayweather? Don't know, because before I saw James Toney with that shoulder roll. Mm-hmm. You know, and before him there was another guy named Niccolo. What's his last name? An Italian cat. Well, I'll get you the name later, but same way. So if you can communicate, like Tarver's an excellent communicator. Mm-hmm. You know, I believe he can train. He can translate that information, that knowledge.
He had Williams. You know, he had like a super, you know, trainer of millions of years in Williams. So that's a lot of information that he's got in that mind of his too.
Yeah. And I agree with Dale Peoples on that comment.
Okay, Dale, what Dale got to say, baby?
Dale said, look at Nikolai Valuev, WBA champion. Look how tall he was. You think Evander beat him, but Nikolai won. Don King. Enough said.
Don King.
So he said he was another big guy, kind of like Primo Carnero. That
No, he was bigger. This guy was 7 foot tall, 330 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much?
But he did
330 pounds. Look it up. Holyfield was only 216 pounds in that fight.
Right.
And Holyfield did beat him. That's the only fight I was angry on. I was literally wanted to fight. I was at my partner's house watching that fight, and I was on my knees. You know how some of the boxers do when they wait for a decision? I was on my knees waiting for the decision. And when they robbed Holyfield, I was done.
Man.
Didn't David Hay rock that big dude?
Yeah, he rocked him. And so did Holyfield.
I saw David Hay on his own live stream today, and he wasn't even talking about boxing. He was talking about poker.
Real.
Yes, I was upset. I was like, man, you done switched to the poker on us. Okay, Maitland says, over generations, we have gone from physical strength to mental and have to adjust as well. So she's saying over the generations from physical strength to mental, and we need to adjust. I don't know if I agree with that, because I think a lot of guys back in the day had a lot of mental game that they was putting on different fighters in all kinds of different ways, intimidation, and then some were just straight, getting you mad and upset, so your focus wasn't on your game. So I don't know about that one, but we do. I mean, boxers now do need to try to marry all these talents, all these skills and things that they need. They need to find a way. If they want to be big, they got to find a way to marry them all together and create a good package, because it's all about packaging yourself and being a great product for these huge promoters to want to invest their money behind you.
Mm.
Well, we got to wrap up things, Chris. It's been an awesome night. We are at 11:17 at night, man. Talking
yes.
And I love it. Now,
I can talk.
I wanted
all night.
We just wanted to mention a few people that haven't normally been on our page with us. So shout out to Vlad. He's on Twitch tonight. I haven't been on Twitch with Boxing Playhouse that long, so we definitely appreciate you tonight. And then my girl Maitland, she's like, she knows her boxing too. I think she said her grandfather fought back in the day, and she's in North Carolina, so that's my home girl from the Carolina crew. And I just want to thank everybody that's been with us tonight. Chris, you're wonderful as always. You always are on point. You know your boxing history. Where I lag at is a lot of historical information, but Emilio is the boxing dictionary along with you, so I can ride out with y'all anytime. Okay, y'all got
right.
When I screw up a little couple of things, I appreciate that. And then we got my man Dale Peebles in the house. He got a wealth of information himself with all the boxing culture and different things about the gym and having his little, he have his little sources too. He don't like to say he got sources, but he got his little sources too that he be, honing in on for us too. And Boxing Playhouse just loves all the fan love, and we love everybody that loves boxing anyway. So this is what we like to see. I'm like so grateful that it's 11 something at night, and we still got a plethora of people watching us still.
We got to thank Regis.
We also need to thank former two-time world champion Regis Prograis for joining us tonight. He put us on the next level with that. And we got to find a way to thank him, baby. We got to send him some Boxing Playhouse gear for sure. Speaking of gear, we got some new shirts. We got, Chris, you see this? You see our shirts and stuff? We got Boxing Playhouse in blue now. We got our boxing logo on here. It's embossed, baby. Then we got a BPH on here, and this is our new color blue that we incorporated.
Okay.
And what you got on?
Well, I got the traditional red that
That's our traditional original.
I see the badge.
The blue and the big.
Now we got a big logo on the back, and it's in this gold foil that we like. So You got to go on our website. We're going to add the new item on there so people can purchase their boxing playhouse to wear at the next boxing event when we can come out and really show out. Because you want to have the fashion together, Chris. You know that.
There you go.
Yes. Boxing is also fashion.
We appreciate you coming on, Chris, man, and spending this time with us.
And thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
And Clarence, we appreciate your continued support as well. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow us and follow our referee guru, our resident referee guru, Chris. Tell them how they can find you.
They can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at GF of Boxing.
All right, you heard it there. So make sure you go and link up with Chris as well and Dale Peoples too. Thank you so much. And we'll
making it happen.
Oh, yes. We also would like to thank our sponsor, which is Making It Happen Mobile Detailing.
Marion Moody.
You need to call him. Marion is on Facebook, and he comes to you. You don't have to leave your house because Rona might be hiding out in your car and you don't know it. So Rona need to be cleaned out of your car, and Making It Happen will make sure that it gets like totally cleaned out, washed, buff, wax. He does it all. And like I said, it's mobile, so he can come to you. And then, of course, TNK Boxing Promotions and TNK Auto Collision are also big boxing playhouse supporters. So we want to get them in here as well and thank them.
Right.
Anybody else?
I think you said it all. Thanks again, Chris. Regis Prograis, Will Hunter.
Thanks
very much, Will.
Is Right Hook Boxing Promotion. So make sure you click and link up on his pages too. He's awesome promoter, and he actually has got a really kind heart. And plus, he'll show you how to cook some really good fried catfish. And the other night, he had some homemade pizza he made, and then he had some chili one time. Like, he has some amazing recipes for you to try.
All right.
So thank you so much, and we'll see you all next Thursday. Hopefully, my voice will be feeling better. What you think, baby?
Yeah, you will. All right.
All right. Take care.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
All right, y'all.
All right.